Hello everyone. Ah, good. There we go. We have actual sound this time. Right. Okay. I don't know what happened there. It was working, and then I started the stream, and immediately I forgot about HDMI. That HDMI was also a sound output. So yes, that's a bit weird. Hello everyone. Welcome to Laurence Plays. And yes, as you've noticed, as one of you noticed, this is not a Factorio day anymore. We are no longer having the Factorio streams on Mondays. From now on, at least for the short term until I finish it, we will be playing Satisfactory on Mondays because there is a brand new Factorio series starting on Wednesdays, starting on this Wednesday, in fact, which is going to be the which is going to be me inflicting Factorio on one of my friends who isn't really a gamer, so we'll see how she gets on with it. Hopefully she won't drown too much, and it'll be good fun to watch. So I hope you'll all come along there and sort of be appropriately supportive and not too helpful, because we want to try and make her figure things out herself. Anyway, that's all about what's going on Wednesday. That's not quite relevant just yet, because today is not Wednesday. Today is Monday, and I'm playing, as I said, I'm playing Satisfactory, and it's been a bit of a frenzied evening so far, and I am only barely ready on time, which is why things were a little bit frenetic at the start, I suspect. So, what is going on in Satisfactory? Well, at the moment, I'm trying to build up all of the things that are required for the space elevator in order to basically complete the game. Yeah, that's the hope, Johan. Yes, it'll be quite entertaining, because she's basically going to be a complete and utter noob. So we're going to try and be nice to her, but also not help her out too much. Hey Mark, welcome to the stream. Must be weird for you not actually being a part of the stream on a Monday. Where was I? Yes, so I'm trying to get together all the bits and pieces that are required to satisfy the space elevator and complete the game. Those ones up there in the top right are the bits and pieces that we still need. So the magnetic containment bottles are doing pretty well, but the other three are all struggling for one reason or another, and so we'll need to get those sorted out and a bit more and working a little bit better. And so, as I suggested in the alt text for the stream, we need significantly more rubber, because rubber is required to make computers, and computers are required to make just about everything. And so rubber is made from oil. I've got some nice oil patches over here that hopefully will. I'm sure we'll all be very nice to her. Yes, we'll see how that goes. So yes, over here we've got some more oil patches, which will which are currently using to make quite a lot of rubber, but also a lot more plastic, and we need the plastic as well. So I don't want to start turning more of the oil into rubber instead. So my plan is first to come over here and make sure that all of these are actually being used to their fullest potential. So we've got quite a lot of oil coming out of all these things, and therefore and so we can want to make sure all that's being used. I also went for a bit of a drive last week, because I got a little bit bored and explored this area up here, which is a massive desert. So a massive desert might be quite a good place to build, to be honest, because it's just huge and open and so on. However, it's also huge, and therefore I don't really want to build a train system out through there if I can avoid it. The alternatives are basically going to be, so once I've got that set up and running it flat out, is going to be find another oil patch. Now there's an oil patch here, and these are more normal oil patches, which you just stick a normal pump on, pull the oil out, you can turn it into whatever. So I could go over here, grab these two, and that's a normal and a pure. So there's going to be a decent amount available over there. That's going to make an improvement at least. The problem is, how do we logistics it together? Do we have a train bringing it from up here to down here to put it into these stations, and then pass it from there off to who knows where? Or do we have additional trains bringing it from up here to somewhere else, and that can cause trouble with that? It's a tricky one, but we'll come up with some sort of plan. The other possibility is to do exactly the same, but with this oil patch over here, which is 6 oil patches in one. And so that's presumably going to be significantly better, because it's 3 normal and 3 pure, so it's going to be 3 times better than this one. And so that's sort of tempting. Having a big oil train is a possibility. Yes, I could fill up a train with oil from here and maybe here as well. Probably run a pipe between the two. They're not that far apart. Then run that train down to here, unload all of that oil in this area, do a load of more oil processing maybe in this sort of area, and then pump all of the plastic and the rubber back into the stations over here. That could work. It's not a bad idea. That would keep all of my oil processing in the same place. Alright, let's give that a shot, because it's different, so therefore it is automatically interesting, and interesting may or may not mean better. So at the moment I have, my railway system comes to about here. These are my last stations. So in order to get a train system up here, it's going to require lots of concrete to build out, and steel to build out more foundation and rail, out to about here somewhere, and then all the way up through here, and probably round here. It's going to have to come out all the way to about here, then go up through these things. Hopefully these will be low enough that I can get through, and then we can fill up with oil from up here. That's going to be interesting. I suppose the other possibility is to have some sort of low railway system that comes along here and then hands over to with a pumping system over here. I might need to go up and have a look at this area and try and decide how it feels would be the best way to get a railway system through here. And it looks like there is a way through underneath here, maybe. But I don't know if it goes all the way through or if it's just going to end about here. So a little bit of reconnaissance might be required for that. But first, let's go over here, have a look at how much oil we've got, and see and see if I can upgrade it at all over there. So for that, I'm going to want to take a load of oil refineries with me, because basically everything I'm doing over there uses oil refineries. So let's say I want to have 15 of those, which is going to be more than enough, but I'd rather have more than enough than not have enough. So I'm going to need to grab some stuff, which is going to be motors, which is not you, your cables. Although I'm going to take some more cables anyway, because I always run out of them. I think you make motors, don't you? Yes, you do. So I'll grab those, and that's not enough, so I'll have to get some from here as well, because I'm just being very, very greedy. And we need steel pipe. That's from over here somewhere. Yes, there we go. This box. Take a few of those, because I'm going to be building some railway will be coming later, so I don't need that just yet. I also need copper sheeting, which is not here. Is here? Yes, copper sheeting. Right, that is everything I need for this expansion. Let us now start heading out over that way. And I put in an extra vortex cannon last time, so I might be able to go a bit further before I have to resort to catching trains or something. So I can launch out this way, then fly to. Was it that? I think it was there. I think it was this area I built another cannon on. So, yeah, that's true. I could make the trains go even higher. And that is certainly a possibility. The problem with that is that making trains go up hills is a little bit of a faff. Trains don't really like hills, and so to make them go up or down at all requires enormously long ramps. Now that's not impossible. I can build enormously long ramps. That certainly is a thing that can be done, but it's not the nicest way to do things. Okay, so this is my oil area. Ow. Over here we have a station that is doing plastic and rubber and what I'm going to call jet fuel, so I can't remember what it's actually called. And then on the other side we have a station that's just doing rubber. Now, as you can see, there's not an enormous amount of rubber coming through, and what there is coming through is getting split between two separate stations. And this is basically why we have problems. We just don't have enough rubber. There is a train sat here waiting to go, and we've got like 1600 rubber, which is not enough. Over here we've got 32 rubber. Again, not the sort of numbers I would like to be finding around here. So, step n+1 is to come down and look at all of these systems and try and work out how much oil I should have, or rather how much oil I should be able to process, and how many machines I can have doing it. So each one of these will do 30 oil per minute. Okay, that's an important number. We'll try and remember that. If I come down here, we've got an oil extractometron, and you're pulling up 60 per minute. Okay, you're a fuel generator. You don't count. Is there only one oil extractor down here? There appears to only be one oil extractor down here. That's not very many. Okay, so that's 60. Let's go and find the rest of them. There's some more. Yeah, there's another two over here. So that's another 120. So that's 180. Actually, let's count these as in oil refineries. So we've got 2 oil refineries worth from over there. Then another 4 from here. That's 6. Another 8 from here. 14. There's another one down here that I missed on the way through. See that one there. 18, 19, 20, 21. No, 40, 17. Numbers are hard. Remembering numbers is the hard part. 17, and then so 17 machines should have 17 refineries doing the oil processing so far, plus the 2 ones from over here, which is 17 plus another 8, so 25, and another 8, so 33. I think that's all of them. Yes, so 30. So we should have 33 oil refineries refining oil. In fact, we have. These are probably going to be correct because I think I put these in. Where are they? No, they're not. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only 7 over here, which is kind of pathetic given there's enough for 16 over there. And over here, we have falling out of the sky. No. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then down here, I don't even know. No, stop that. I don't even know what we've got down here. I can't tell which machines are doing what. Okay. However, I've gathered valuable intelligence. If I come over this way, come on, grab that, there we go. If I come back over here, there are only 7 machines across here, and according to my maths, there should be 16 of them. So this can be massively extended. I can put in another, it's basically put in another row of these on top, that'd be 14, and we still won't be quite up to the number we need, we should, in inverted commas, have. So let's do that first. So I'll double this area, another set of these, these refineries, and then another set of these refineries that are then taking out the byproducts. And annoyingly, these turn quite a lot of the rubber into plastic, and that is not ideal. And even more not ideal is the fact that the plastic output seems to have jammed. That's problematic because we kind of need to be using up the plastic. Well, here's a train to take a load of plastic away, so that'll probably be all right. Yeah, there we go. So we need to be using up the plastic, taking the plastic away in order to make more rubber. The problem is whenever we make more rubber, we are then also going to be making more plastic because that's how the recipes work. I heard rumours of a recipe that turns plastic into rubber that you can research through the MAM, but I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get that. Maybe that's something I should be looking into. If the train could head off, there we go. Now the plastic should be flowing. Yes, now the plastic's flowing again. So we can get all of that out of over here. Okay, so the system is basically working. It's just that it choked up then a bit while there was a train sat in the station. Maybe I need to put in one of the big box things up there to buffer stuff while the train is loading. But we can get onto that in a bit. So for now, I need to put in a wall. Here, probably. Can we have zoop mode on everything, please? That's R. Yeah. Zoop. Up to about... Well, it needs to go above those bells because the other one goes underneath them. So I'll bring it up to about here. And we'll have another piece over here for additional support. Is that the same height? Yes. And then we do lots and lots of concrete. Concrete the world. Like, no, other side, please. Like this. No, like this. Yes, great success. That's gone over the top of everything. So now I can build this out like that. If in doubt, build another copy of your previous factory on top of the previous factory. That's my seems to be my motto, and that's probably big enough. So that'll do in that direction. And we'll go out this way as well to about... No, don't fall out of the sky. We talked about this. You're not supposed to fall out of the sky. There. And there. And then more of this. This. And to be honest, that's probably enough. Okay. So now... It's many of these. Except, oh no, actually, I want to bring the oil up first. So, where is there a good place I could just bring the oil straight up in a pile? No, there's all this shale bark ground in the way all the way along here. Where's there a gap in it? Not all the way, not till all the way at the end. Okay, that's fine. If we're going to get rid of that, and can I put in a... If I put in a piece of pipe, okay, we could do with another row of foundation along here. That's fine. We can do that. Then, if I put in a piece of pipe, all the way along here, I guess, actually. So we want you to go from here. No. To all the way over here. Except you can't, that's too far. I've run out of plastic. Okay, well, at least if I've run out of plastic, I can get more. Of all the things to run out of, plastic is probably the most convenient. Is there a train in the station? There's not even a train in the station. Excellent. So I can just come over here and go, yes, please. I would like some plastic for my Mark II pipes. Let's try that again with a little bit less fail. So I want to put in a pipe, which is a logistic. Pipe 2. There we go, that guy. I want you to go from there. Yes. No. I want you to go from there, pointing that way. That's better. Now over this way. Like that. Nice. And then over here we can then link the two pipes together, and that will hopefully. Actually, let's put that back onto there, and let's run a pipe from there to there, just like that. And this should fill up with oil. Yeah, okay, good. We have enough pumping pressure in the system that we can get the oil up to here, and then reasonably soon, we'll fill this pipe up as well. Exactly, Doopy. Yes, when in doubt, make your factory 3 times the size. 3 times the size it was before. Because doubling it is never enough. Never enough. Never. Never. What are you clipping into? We'll find out in a second. So let's put you there. Block the hologram. What are you hitting? Okay, these machines are kind of chonky, but I think it just about fits. So yeah, its chimney might be going into the level above a little bit, but never mind. If I put it that way, but then it clips into something that mine's about clipping. Oh, it clips into this. Oh, I see. There it is. Yeah, all right. This should have been either a bit lower or the other bit should have been a bit higher. But I think there's nothing I can do about that. Yeah, I could have made this. I could just about have got away with 4 meters lower on this one, but then it interfered with the bells. I think we're just going to have to go with this and go. Oh well, it's slightly clippy. Never mind. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, so they all fitted. Excellent. I wasn't particularly worried about that because I copied it from downstairs, so this should all fit. Ooh. Then, you know what, I'm going to bring some power up here because I keep falling out of the sky, and I don't like falling out of the sky. It worries me. So let's do a cable from... You're a pylon, aren't you? You are a pylon. You're a pylon on 6. Okay, so we'll bring you to there, and then from there to... I guess there, just to make things look at least vaguely nice. And then we'll run one from there. This doesn't give out any solids, I don't think, so I can just put these right in front of the solid exits. But there will do for now. And one more down the other end for luck and for improved flying abilities. Alright, I should now easily be within range of all these flying bits and pieces now. So, the next thing I need is the pipeline junction cross, which goes here, 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 and here. Lovely. And you know what, let's use the cheap pipes because we don't need huge throughput going into the machines. We only need, was it 30 per minute, which is, I mean, 30 per minute is only one cubic meter every 2 seconds. That's hardly anything in the scales of factory games. So shove all these through like this. I think I might have built the refineries a little bit further out than I did previously, but never mind, that's not a problem. Okay, so all of you guys are then going to be doing the... Oh no, we are going to have rubber coming out of this, aren't we? Because we're going to be doing the... How do I even? No, that's making rubber from other things. So we've got that one making plastic. That one, that one that makes rubber. Yes. So select that one. Yeah, that produces rubber and heavy oil. There we go. Good, that's what we're expecting. So come along here, paste all of these in. And these machines should... Oh no, they don't have power, but it should be able to kick in. I might need a pump to fill the pipes up. I don't really expect to, but if it turns out I do, that's not an insurmountable problem. Chucking in an extra pump will be fairly easy. We shall see as we go. The pipe filled up quite neatly, but we'll see. We'll see if the machines are filled up as well. Okay, that's all. They're all theoretically running now, and they've all gone yellow because they don't have any oil. Okay, maybe I do need a pump. So looking at this pipe, we see no oil at all. Looking at this pipe, we see some oil at all. Down here, we see lovely and full. Okay, let's chuck a pump in here because that seems like that. It does seem like a good idea. You're quite right. Pipeline pump Mark II. We'll stick you in there, pointing in the correct direction. That'd be a good idea. Like that, and then we'll plug you in, like so. That looks very promising. That's filling up nice and quickly. Blip. Oh, okay. There's a graphical WASP name for telling how well a pipe is working. Oh, expand outwards like that. I got you. Right. So now these are now working nicely. That pipe over there is a lot fuller than it needs. A lot fuller than the minimum. So that seems to be working very, very well. We've got all the machines kicking in and running nicely. Excellent. So phase n+1 is basically copying this over again. So we need to turn the purple goop that's coming out into orange goop, and then we need to turn the orange goop and is it orange goop and rubber in then I think yes, orange goop and rubber get turned into into plastic. So unfortunately, we're going to turn a lot of the rubber we're producing. We are going to turn straight into plastic, and that's a little bit annoying, but there's not a lot I can do about it. So we want 2 more machines along here to take the well, actually no, we'll put the pipe in first. I want more pipe. Another pipe backbone runs along here, but we point it in the right direction. Like that. That's not the right direction. We point it in the right direction like that, and we bring it to that here, and then again over to the end over here. Right, and then okay, then it's a load more of the cross things. So I want to join. I said then it's a load more of the cross things because I want to join them onto this pipe. It'd be nice if you could just build a pipe into another pipe and it would join them together with an automatic junction cross. But, never mind. Maybe that'll come in a later version. Did I build that far enough away? Yes, I did. Because we're also going to be getting the rubber coming out of here, which means I need to put in conveyor lifts all the way along here. Like that. That pylon's in the way. Pylon can get lost. I'll put it back later. When I put that in, I completely forgot that the whole point of what I'm building here is to produce rubber. Apparently, I'm a muppet. So we're going to need some conveyor mergers, that one, and we would like you to go that way. These all the way along here. That. And then, what speed of belt do I need? I probably don't need anything faster than the 3. Let's do 2. Let's use a 3 just to be sure. I think a 3 is going to be more than fast enough. We're not going to be building anything that quickly along here. Sadly, I mean, it'd be nice to. I could use all of that extra rubber that building it really, really quickly would get me. But no, it's not going to happen. There and there. No, don't do that. Don't be weird. It would not be weird for just an evening or a few sort of tens of hours. That'd be great. Yep. And then let's put the power back in for these machines over here. I'll have my pylon in, I guess, here. Seems reasonable. Link that to there, to there, there, right, and also to there. Yeah, there we go. Green lights all around. And we're filling. Well, okay, we have filled this pipe up already. So now it's time to put in something to deal with that. So we need some more refineries. This one is going to be taking in from this side, so we'll put it about here. Is that a sensible place for it? Yes, there is room for more pipe work on the other side, and there's room. Actually, let's move it a little bit further this way because we've got some more solids to deal with. Yeah, that looks like a pretty good place to put it. So I'll stick that in there, and then we need. Was it two of these, and then 3 the other way around. So 2, 1. Oh, I've run out of. Oh, because I've been making so many pipes, I've used up all the copper sheets. Ah, for goodness sake. Still, let's run my next pipe along here anyway, just because. No, let's not, because I've run out of copper sheets, as previously discussed. Okay, let's go and get a lot more copper. Turns out whilst I'm sort of used to running out of all the things for making the belts, I didn't really think through what I was going to need for making all the pipe work, because I don't do quite as much of that, and therefore, to be honest, I just didn't think of it. Right, so back to the other jetpack. I really need a keyboard shortcut for that. Launch. Oh, it's that factory over there that I'm trying to get to. I should probably make some more nobelisks and deal with some more of these gas rocks, but I haven't yet. Wait, touchdown, please. There we go. And then once more. Boom. Okay, and there is the primary factory over there. So let's go and grab quite a lot of copper sheeting this time, because I am absolutely ripping through it with all this pipe work I'm making. I seem to have landed on a belt. That'll do, I suppose. Are you copper sheeting? Yes, you are. Let's have some of that. I've got a decent amount of. I might get another. I'll get some more steel, I think, because I am building quite a lot of belts, and this is a good speed to have them. Yeah, copper would have been useful, but never mind. We can't. It wouldn't be a building stuff in a factory game if I didn't forget half the stuff I needed. This is just the way things are. Where am I? Oh, it's I see where I am. No, not that one. That one. I think I even grabbed more copper sheeting than I thought I needed. I just didn't grab enough more than I thought I needed. So I could have done with like 3 times as much. I suppose it makes a sort of sense that pipes are fairly expensive. They are huge, and they can travel quite a long way. So, yeah, not a problem. Just another thing that I need to remember to stock up on. I should probably have a quick check because I don't have any train jams going on at the moment. I think things are okay at the moment, but that's how they get you. Whoop. Help. Going down. Yeah, the problem is absolutely everything is how much do you need? Yes. And so if I try and take out enough of absolutely everything, then I run out of inventory space. So it's a bit of a balancing act, and I may not have done it very well. Okay, so you're going the other way round. I can't tell which way round you are. Yeah, I want you that way round. Oh yeah, that does look different. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yes, there we go. That is correct. Excellent. I can run this pipe from here. Actually, this only goes to here, doesn't it? It's not being used for the other machines. So I'm going to put that to there. In fact, no. I could run this to here. No, it's only 2 machines. Could run it to here. and then just go straight into there like that. And then we're going to cross along here, like that, and pipe in there like that. Okay. These ones are then going to take in the they're going to take in they're going to do that one basically. Is what I'm trying to say here. And so it's that one. So that means round here we will have the residual fuel coming out. No, not the residual fuel. The actual fuel, the orange fuel, coming out. And that then gets passed along to all of these machines to be dealt with appropriately. Like that. And then, of course, more cross things along here. And here. And here, and here. These machines are going to be doing the recipe where you take the fuel and turn it into not that one, that one. We take fuel and rubber and turn it into plastic in order to get rid of the fuel, and it produces more plastic as well, which is good. I'd rather produce more rubber, but there are limits to the to what I'm allowed to do at this point. Put those in and merger. No, these should be splitters. What? I'm pressing the wrong button. Splitters. There we go. Splitters. And it brings it in from that side. Yes. So that, and that. Then over here, I come back and I can do the belt, which I was using a Mark III, probably unnecessarily, but I was anyway. I want to line that up with there. I believe there and up. Is that the right height? Yes, I've just not got it lined up. There and there, and then there to there. And link the middle along here as well. La da da da, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. And then this can come around the corner down here like this. What are you clipping into? Oh, the pipes, presumably. Well, I could make it higher up if you'd let me. It won't. Oh, it will. Okay, excellent. And then this can come down over here. Right, and that's my rubber. That's my rubber output. Whatever rubber we have left over will come out this way. I then also need to bring out the plastic from all of these, merge all of that together, and then we have basically the same as down there. We have these supplies of the stuff, of the products being taken away, ready to be used. So if I put in a merger here, like that, then I could put an elevator on there as well, like this. I could get rid of that, and then I could join that to there. That as well. So that's my excess rubber being taken away. And now put in an additional elevator here. And this will be then, and then I can use this to take away the, and I want a merger here, like this. Yes, there we go. And then I can take away all the excess rubber. I mean plastic, like that. Can you go into there? No, I didn't think so. You can go to there, but that way isn't good enough. What I actually need is another merger along here. Like that. Are you at different heights? You are at different heights. That's awkward. And that's not going to work, is it? I'm not going to get a belt from there to there. Oh, so I am. Okay, that's alright then. I can feed that one into there. And that one into there. And now I just need power along here, which hopefully I've left enough. Yes, that's good. I've left enough room on that one, so I can bring this out to here. Plug everything in. Did that one catch? I'm honestly not sure. Yes, there's a green light up there. Must have done. That one. Yeah, green, 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 red, red. Do you know what you're doing? You do know what you're doing. Did I not? I probably didn't program these two. What? Copy, paste. There we go. Right. So now we have a trickle of rubber coming out over here. We have we'll have occasional bursts of plastic coming out of these. So that is now working. That will have doubled the rubber output of the new systems. It may have also there is a little bit of rubber coming from down the bottom somewhere. I'm not quite sure where exactly, but it won't quite be a doubling, but it'll be fairly close because we weren't doing very much rubber. Right. So next step n+1 is to come over here and go, well, actually, I would like this plastic belt to flow all the time, even when there's a train in here. So I will get rid of this and this and okay, that as well. Nice. I'll put in some scaffolding along here, and I will put it. No, not that. I will put in a industrial storage. Goes here. Like that. That's not remotely horrendous. Right, and then we'll take some fast belts. Belts. Why is it not selecting belts? 3. Okay, well, I guess I'll do it the old-fashioned way then. Occasionally, the game does this. It forgets how to select things with the hotkeys, and I don't understand why. It feels a bit like that thing you get when you accidentally when you accidentally turn on a modifier key, when a modifier key gets stuck. But I just checked that, and it doesn't seem to be that particular problem. Let's run you to there. And then, yeah, see, pressing 7 isn't selecting my elevators again, or at the moment. So whatever. That can go down to. Let's go down and put this in place properly rather than just guessing, because I would like this to be about right. Comes down to here, points in that direction. Yes, good. And then we'll pull up this belt. And where is it coming from? Oh, there. That comes from there over this way and goes into there. Let's bring it to here first, and then put it into there like that. Right. So that means the plastic should now always flow into this container here, as it is. It will then flow from the container into the station. However, when a train pulls into the station and causes headaches because you can't load a station when it's loading a train, we'll do a little bit of buffering in here, and then things will all be hunky-dory. Unfortunately, the rubber is not being made at a sufficient speed for that to be necessary for rubber. As you can see, it's coming in rather slowly. I was going to say, that said, we currently don't have any trains waiting for it. That's not true. We have a train right here waiting for some more rubber. So that's a shame. And it's got 3,000, which is not as much as I would like it to have. However, we now do have it coming through a bit faster. The plastic is, on the other hand, is being produced so quickly that the system is completely jammed up. That's not ideal. Maybe I should be going over and poking the MAM repeatedly until I get out that recipe that I want, that will do that I've hear rumours of, that will allow me to turn plastic into rubber. Because I do seem to have more plastic than I need now. Certainly more plastic than I can transport away. And every stage of this thing is now using Mark 5s, so it should be really, really quick. Except this one, that's Mark 4. But there is more coming from down below, so that's probably reasonable. Okay, so our rubber production is now limited by our plastic production, plastic taking away-ishness. So That's not ideal. Also, we've now got a chimney poking through the concrete there. Oh well. And yeah, so we have a nice healthy stream of plastic flowing in there, which is good. We do need a large quantity of plastic, but also we do need a large quantity of rubber as well. I can't tell how close to a train node that's getting. And I can look at this and say, okay, there's now 3,200, but I don't know what that is in fractions of a train. Let's build another MAM over here. See if it knows about any... Actually, no, let's not, because I don't have any hard drives over. The hard drives are over by the primary MAM, so let's go over and... run that a couple of times, see if I can get the recipe that will allow me to do something a bit more useful with the waste oil products, and maybe turn some of them into rubber. But that is now running about, well, I say running twice as quickly. It is potentially running twice as quickly. Whether there's bottlenecks to get through, I'm not quite sure. But eventually, I hope we'll get about twice as much coming out. So I'm going to call that optimistic, and try and poke at the problem from a different direction, or a different angle. Touchdown. Nearly ran out of fuel then. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe I was faffing with things in the slightly the wrong direction or something like that. I don't know. Incoming. And touchdown. Right, so are you doing a hard drive at the moment? You're not. Do you have a hard drive? You do not have a hard drive. I do have some hard drives. I'm just trying to make sure they're not in my inventory first. And I'm pretty sure... No, I don't see any hard drives there. So they must be in a convenient box. But not that one. Convenient box? Convenient box. There we go. Yeah. Hard drive. Scan. Okay, we'll come back to that in 10 minutes. In the meantime, let's go around and have a look and see how things are getting on. We've had the factory running for nearly an hour now, so we will have made slightly more of the things that we need to have. So let's go to here first, because it's really nearby and therefore fairly easy. This area, I believe, is one of the ones that's struggling for... It's either struggling for rubber directly, or it's struggling for computers which are made from rubber. So up here we can see that we have... Actually, we currently have everything. The machine is currently running. There isn't a spare supply of computers, and it's 75% through, and the third one has just arrived. So it's not quite as good as we'd like. It's not right. Oh, but that's making supercomputers. We don't care about supercomputers. We care about assembly director systems, and that's waiting for adaptive control units, and those are even slower. But we have made 32 of them out of the 3,055 that we require. So that's not brilliant. Yes, recycled rubber sounds right to me, because the other one is recycled plastic. So yes, I think you're almost certainly right on that. I've also got a lot of supercomputers over here. So yeah, the problem over here, let's go and have a look at the problem, is that these assembly director units aren't coming through quickly enough. And we can see here that, yeah, when the adaptive control units come through, we can make an assembly director. So they come in twos, but this machine runs at 0.75 minutes. So we need 1.5 minutes. We need to run every minute and a half. Coming down here, looking at this machine that makes adaptive control units, this makes 1.5 per minute. So does that mean it's literally half the speed it needs to be? No. Yes. So this takes 3 minutes to run. Does that update when I change this? Yes, it does. No, that's right. We need 1.5 per minute. So this is running. This is running at the correct speed. And all its inputs are fine at the moment. The automated wirings are a little bit lower than I would like. It's possible that I've plundered. Yes, I think I sped this machine up last time. I put in one of these the slug speed modules, so it's running a little bit too. It's running a little bit faster than one of the inputs is, unfortunately. Coming back up here. Yeah, we've got the adaptive control units. The next two are on their way. Boom, finished. So if this requires 1.5 per minute, and that makes 1.5 per minute, and this machine can't start running until these ones arrive, why is this machine not running constantly? Because we're making them at the same rate we're using them. And so even though this belt is rather long and therefore it takes them a while to get from A to B, this machine should be running constantly. But it ain't. That's a bit of a mystery. Down here, yeah, we see that I think we're going to run out of automated wirings. This is probably going to be the last build that succeeds, in fact. So where are they coming from and why are they so slow? They're coming from down here. They're coming from these machines. And they are being happily made. It's just that I've boosted the machine up topside to run at 150% speed. And the whole thing is carefully balanced. Okay. Let's have a look a little bit further back. So you're using up 2.5 stages per minute and 50 cables per minute. Crikey. I mean, the input is keeping up fine, but I suspect I've probably got it fairly nicely balanced. So what was it? 2.5 stages per minute, and we've got 3 machines, so that's 7.5 stages per minute coming in here. Oh, you might be right. Yes, okay. It's probably a lack of automated wiring. So my thought of let's make some more automated wiring machines is probably about right. So these are. Oh, and in fact I have. They're right here. I just haven't linked them in because I only did half a job. Well done there. So let's finish the job. You go here like that, and. That's not lined up. Don't lie to me. I can tell you now. I have eyes. Right, link all that together along there. And then, yeah, the cheap belts are fine. It's not like we're making an enormous quantity of these things. No. Yes. There. There. And... Okay, apparently I can't afford the second cheapest belt, so we'll use the actual cheapest belts. There we go. Actually, I feel uneasy about that. Let's upgrade that to a chunk. There we go. A little bit of Mark III in the middle won't hurt. Okay, so now we can pull out the excess that's been built over here. We'll hopefully find that this machine, the number in here is going down. 24, 23. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so we'll pull all that excess through. We're now feeding them in twice as quickly as we were before. So hopefully that will make the machine up here much, much happier. And yes, there we go. That's now got a decent number in it. So hopefully we'll now start making these adaptive control units a little bit more quickly. Now I've doubled the input, and does make me wonder if is it worth putting in another one of these machines. But then I'd have to put in another one of the assembly machines up there, and we'd probably run out of all kinds of other things. So I think, as of right now, let's just leave that as it is, because I think that's probably it's improved. This machine is now running flat out, so we're now going to be making 0.75 of those things per minute. So at least this machine should start running at the approved speed. In fact, you know what? I was going to say let's stick another speed module in there, but I don't have one, so I guess I won't. Hey Sophia, welcome. Yes, indeed. Satisfactory on a Monday. It's a little bit odd. I try not to shuffle stuff around too much if I can avoid it, but unfortunately Jen is more available on Wednesdays than she is on Mondays. In fact, she's not available today, so there's a very good example of it. So yeah, we're going to be doing that stream on Wednesdays. And the reason they were the way round they were before is because at least one of the people who's been playing who's playing space exploration with me wasn't available on Wednesdays. I forget who it was now, but it worked better for us all to have those streams on the Mondays. So I tried to be at least. They might have been all three of you, yes. So that works out quite well. I'm happy to be flexible with the streams to try and fit a little bit around when my compatriots are going to be available, because, well, if I didn't, then they probably just wouldn't play with me. So yeah, need to be a little bit flexible. Right, so that is now better. We should see those should arrive. I was going to say they should arrive just as they're needed. Maybe we haven't got quite to that point yet. When this one runs, the next ones will get along here just in time, as the saying goes. I don't have any adaptive control units stockpiled anywhere else because I don't need them for anything else other than making this particular piece of space elevator bait. So, meh, fine. Exactly, Sophia. Yes, it's fitting any sort of multiplayer thing around lots of people is definitely a challenge. At the moment, yeah. So we have that with the streams. I play D&D on a Thursday, and that works quite well at the moment because we're all part of the same drama group, and Thursday is normally a rehearsal day, but we're between shows at the moment. So therefore, in theory, we're all free on Thursdays because Thursday is the day that we would all otherwise be busy with something else. So that works really well. But I had a train of thought with that. But at the moment, it's just something else we can fit in there. Of course, once we start the next show, that we will no longer be free on Thursdays, and we'll probably have to call an end to the campaign at that point because, well, I can't do Mondays and Wednesdays. People tend to generally be busy on Friday. It's just not going to work very well. Yes, scheduling is always difficult. Right, so we've got up to 36 of those now. That's not great, but at least it's something, and things are ticking over. We are getting some bits and pieces being made. So we'll steal those and put them and feed them to the elevator, and call that project. I'm not going to call it good, but we'll call it adequate for now. Oh, and I haven't missed the confused train icon on my radar there. I believe that is a train that is trying to go in and drop some iron ore off. Iron plates off. No, the other one. Iron ingots off at the iron handover station. So that's fine. It's fine for that train to be confused. It just means we're producing iron faster than we're using it, and that's a good problem to have. So you can have another 36 of those. We're nearly a quarter of the way there. Jeez. Okay. Oh, the mammoth's finished. That's good timing. What have we mammed with this time? Mam. Nope, I don't want fine concrete. I don't care about the turbo motors. I've got those being made. I don't care about pure... No, thank you. Try again. Find me something a bit more useful. That one. Put that in. Come on. Put that in there. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's a bit weird. I don't know. I might call her good sometimes. Depends what she manages to build. But yeah, I mean, early Factorioing is definitely a very much a process of what on earth have I made? This is a monstrosity. Well, no, what on earth have you made? That's a monstrosity. But I'm not going to tell you why because that would be helping. Far too much helping. Or to be honest, I probably shouldn't even tell her that something's a monstrosity. Finding the right amount of help, finding the balance of the correct amount of help is going to be interesting and slightly tricky, but I'm sure I'll come up with something about right. How is this ever going to do anything? Is one. The problem the thing I'm also very familiar with from just generally doing things with computers is the corollary to that, which is how did this ever work? Oh, I'm not moving fast enough. Come on. Touchdown. And I'm sure you're all very familiar with the how did this ever work problem. Or problem? Is it a problem? I suppose if it is still working, then it's only a minor problem. It's when it used to work and then stopped working, and you look at it and you just don't know how it ever worked. Then it's a problem because you still have to fix it. Oh, stop jumping. Right, so you can have all of them and all of them. So that's nearly at a quarter. That's more than 75. That's about 80%. That one's over 50%, so that's going well. And that one's at about 30%. So, it's at 36.3%. That's really easy maths. We won't mess around with that too much. So yeah, that's going quite. That's it's not doing too badly. These are still the problem child of the system. We are still quite low on those, and we still need another 3,000 of them, and it takes a minute and a bit to make each one, so that's going to be a long process. I did pretty much say last week that I am at some point going to lose patience with this game. No, lose patience is a bit strong, but I'm going to stop tweaking the setup once it all works, even if it's a bit slow, and I'm probably going to AFK that last product because it is just taking too long, and I don't really want to build another factory because I can't just copy paste. If it's stupid and it works, no. If it's stupid and it works, it's still stupid. You just got lucky. That is, I believe, the correct way to look at that. 134. Okay, that's still not quite finished, but it's again taking us a nice jump towards finished. So kind of okay with that. And yeah, not worried about these ones because they are doing well. TM. The best, there was a thing. It was, you know, back in the days when people forwarded funny things to each other. Oh, that is not a good time to autosave. Okay, there we go. Back in the days when people forwarded funny things to each other by email, there was one going around that was a load of complaints about from aircraft that weren't behaving themselves or where there were issues, and the responses they got from the ground crew. And one of them was plane loses altitude at such and such a rate when in cruise control mode, and the response to it was can't replicate on ground. So yeah, that's the sort of an earlier version of the works on my computer and closing the ticket. The mag control rods do take resources. I don't think they take any resources that we have an actual shortage of at the moment, though, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I don't know. So I don't think them finishing is going to make anything else better. I believe the limiting factor at the moment is the machinery over there it is the machinery over there that is producing the adaptive control units and the hooba-dooba-dooba-doobas. I nearly blocked your banned that message, Sophia, because it was clearly spam. Oh dear, you did it too well. Oh yes, well, I heard it as an American aircraft carrier and a Canadian lighthouse, but yeah, yes, I remember that story well. In fact, that very joke got used in one of our pantos a few years back. Issue him a warning. If the warning is a sort of a verbal warning, something that pops up and just tells him not to do that again, that would probably be quite appropriate. If it's actually a thing that will cause him any sort of hassles on Twitch, then it's less appropriate. What happens if I land on one of the... I don't know. I've never actually managed to land on one. Can I get that much altitude? Let's try. Can I get that much air control? I can. Ow. Right, well, good. Okay, so the story is that there's a... I mean, we've given away the punchline now, unfortunately, but the story goes something like there's this massive new American aircraft carrier that's charging through the seas, and they pick up and they get a message on the radio saying, "Hello, approaching aircraft carrier. You're on a collision course. Recommend you steer 5 degrees north," or something like that. And then and then they say, "No, we're not going to do that. We are the pride of the seas, the yada yada. We're pride of the American Navy. You steer 5 degrees south." And because no, we recommend you steer 5 degrees north. And no, we're not. We shall not do that. And I don't know why I'm using a sort of posh British accent for the Americans, but never mind. We are an American aircraft carrier. We shift for nobody. And then the response comes back: we're a Canadian lighthouse. Your call. Oh, I can pet it. Aww, how sweet. If I pet it on one side, if I pet it over here, will it steer in that direction? Can I actually use this for deliberate transport? I don't know. If I pat you here, will you go faster? I feel like I told it to go this way, and it is, but it could just be random. Right, you're going that way. Look. No, not dismantle, pet. That way. Turn right, turn right. More right. More right. I feel like I'm trying to steer a sandworm or something. This way. If I'm over here, all the weight should pull it over this way, right? That's how these things work. No problem, Peter. Happy to help. This is indeed a grand moth. Oh, we had that joke earlier. I shouldn't repeat that soon. Exactly, Tristan. Yes, I was. Oh, look, we've got some. This is what was it? What were the giants? Oh, was it Madras? Something like that. The giant spren that tow the ships in Shadesmar, and then we've got a couple of wind spren following along as well, just for fun. Yeah, the landing on the sky ray is definitely amusing. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I should touch it there. That's probably indecent. I should try and land on one of the balloon animals as well, see if that can carry me around. This is actually quite a nice way to have a look around at least this part of the factory. We're just cruising. Right. So, what is next? I suppose the next thing is trying to work out what resources we're short of, and I might be able to do that by looking at some of the trains. So we've got a train pulling in over here. What are you? You're a rubber train, and there is already a rubber train in the station over there. So, oh, they're going into different stations though. So, I mean, it's not causing any sort of jam, but we're not going to get enough. It's not going to actually. We still have a shortage of rubber, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So can't do much. Can't do much about that at the moment. I think if we can get the other recipe, then I can go. I can turn a load of that plastic that's being made into rubber instead, and that'll be very, very useful. Where am I? Okay, I'm over here. So that'll help quite a bit. But it does seem that the rubber doesn't seem to be too much of a problem. In fact, while I'm here, let's leave the ray now for a little while. Oh, I think I might. Yes, I think you might be right. The balloon animals probably are bouncy because that would make a certain sort of ludicrous sense. So these things are the next most problematic thing, and we actually seem to have. No, I won't. Yeah. We briefly. Yeah, we have enough. We have enough copper coming in. So it's just the speed these machines are churning through it and producing the copper powder. And that is then presumably still the limiting factor over here. Yes, of course it is. Actually, that's pretty close. Two of those machines. I probably did the maths, and yeah, we're seeing 200. So that's 40. That's 20% through. Yeah, and it's about 20% over here. So that's pretty darn close to producing the copper powder coming in at the rate we need it at. It's not quite there. But I'm inclined to suspect it probably is a supply, not short. Well, yeah, a bit of a supply shortage, because I know we're getting through crazy amounts of copper for this, and also some of it's being used for other things as well. So, yeah, you can see down there the copper is flowing through at a mad rate. A lot of it's going up here. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bit of a shortage of it coming through. If any problems that we have here are caused by insufficient copper coming through just from the station, or the station running out of it. However, it's not doing too badly. It is 36% of the way through. 50, but that does mean it's second worse. I sort of hate to say it because it is going to require an enormous piece of level of construction. The next thing to do is probably going to be go over and find out how much work it would be to make the adaptive control units and therefore the assembly director systems twice as quickly. I go in and double the production capacity over here. Bonk. I think I've written this down somewhere. In fact, where's my notebook? It's all been tidied up somewhere. This is indeed a notebook. Is it the right one? No, this is a basically empty notebook. Must be this one. Yeah, here we go. This looks more promising. It's got at least one. It's got one satisfactory recipe in it for computers, modular engines, nuclear pasta. It's a D&D map. Trying to work out how to do some woodworking. Making rocket engines turbo motors, versatile frame, to make magnetic generators, aluminium, fuse modular frames, don't want that. Supercomputers we are making fast enough at the moment. Radio control units, aluminium. Here we go. Adaptive control units requires. So to make these at a rate, 0.5. So we need computers coming in at a rate. Now computers are, in theory, one of the hardest things that's required for making the. Where are they? This is a lot of machines. Where am I? Okay. Okay, so we're making computers here. How many computers have we made? Insufficient. However, if we have enough rubber, we should be able to bring computers in from elsewhere. Now, at the moment, they're just getting fed up. What? Oh, right, of course. I always get weirded out whenever I see the bottom of a belt. I think it's going the wrong way because the bottom of the belt goes in the opposite direction, which makes perfect sense. I just haven't got used to it yet. Wrong jetpack. Wrong menu. There we go. There's a wall here. Right, that's why I couldn't get through. So those are coming through up to here, which is where they're being. That's where they're being made. They're being made into supercomputers. So that bit is potentially fine. It's over here. This one's supply of computers, which are coming from here, and you're making them at 2.5 per minute. You're using them at 1.5 per minute. So I could put in a second machine. Yeah, let's put in a second manufactory, and we'll feed it from the same inputs that it's got at the moment. So it'll be slightly quicker, but it'll have some problems, TM, because we aren't going to actually give it enough input, and then we'll bolster the input so that it does have enough. And all of that. Put another one of these next to it here. And no, copy, paste. There we go. How am I going to do this? Right, I guess we'll get rid of that. Yeah, if we get rid of that belt, I can then foot this with a splitter. That. And then we can have. That's a power line. I can then have a belt going in there, belt going in there. And over here, put in another splitter. Somewhere, like that. There we go, I'll do. Let's get rid of that. Let's go, why on earth are we using... we're using Conveyor Belt Mark 3 because I can't afford Conveyor Belt Mark 2. Fair enough, that's a pretty good reason. Bring that over to about here. And in there. This one is going to have to go up and over, but that's alright, we can do that. So I want to put in an elevator here, like that. And then another splitter there. And an elevator. This is getting spaghetti. Everyone likes spaghetti. Boom, boom. That. And then I can run a belt from hither to yon. That's most of it. Now this is just that this one. This is slightly awkward because of where it is, but I think I can put in another splitter up here. There we go. Yes, lovely. And another elevator. This is a Mark II. Nothing like consistency. Here, like this, pointing towards that. Sort of pointing towards that. Good enough, I guess. And then we'll switch over to belts. Go from there to there. Right, now I just need power. Is there any power around here? There's some power. That goes to there. And also output handling, which is fine. Of course, there's an elevator in a silly place. I say silly place. It's a perfectly sensible elevator, really. It's just that I need to put in a merger and then an elevator from that. Not a splitter, a merger. Yeah, that'll do. And then goes now in there. That goes there. Then I can put in my elevator again. That. I sort of remember. I remember of game facts. I can't remember what I did use when I wanted to cheat a game, or when I was struggling with games. But yeah, there was definitely something back in the olden days. I also remember getting my dad to photocopy the manuals of various games, because back in the day that's how they did copy protection. Okay, that's all happy. Why are you unhappy? You don't have any automated wirings. Did I not? Why are you not splitting? Do you not understand the concept of a splitter? Grumble, grumble, rage, rumble, 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 grumble, grumble. That doesn't need to be a Mark III belt. Nope. Ah. Right. Yeah. So once again, these things, the automated wirings, are going to be the limiting factor. Not too surprisingly, because they were the limiting factor before, and then I went and doubled them, and then they were okay, and now I've doubled the consumption of them, so there's going to be problems. That's the one duper, yes, yeah, where it would say put in the 14th word from the third line of the 27th page or something like that. And there's probably only a database of about 20 examples of those words in the game, but because you didn't know which ones they were, you ended up going, well, let's just photocopy the entire manual. Why not? What could possibly go wrong? And it was a bit silly, but yeah, that's how we did things in the 90s? Yeah, it must have been 90s. I don't think I'd have remembered that from the 80s. I don't think I'd been doing that in the 80s. I've been far too young. Okay, so we're now making the... Why have you not got a green light on? Why have you got a white light? What does that even mean? And the machine is running. Maybe it's something to do with the speed boost. I don't know. There were some games that took the copy protection thing even further, and they'd have you. I think it was the Monkey Island games where you'd have you had a code wheel where you had to set bits of it to certain things, set it to certain options on the code wheel, and then it would show you the answer that you had to then enter in, and it was different, I suppose. And they'd use funny colours on the paper as well to make it hard to photocopy. So there's definitely an arms race in there, way back in the day. Okay, and then over here, I need to have another one of these, like this. Put you there because that is a place. Then if I get rid of that lift, because we've got 950 processors in there. I can put in another lift along here like that, point it that way. Yeah, the Monkey Island games are good. I think Sam & Max and Day of the Tentacle were always my favourites. I'm not 100% sure why those ones specifically, but yeah, they I think it's because I just had them at the right age or something like that. But they were my favourites. Played a lot of them. Managed to certainly completed Day of the Tentacle a number of times. I can't remember if I completed Sam & Max. But yeah, definitely played a lot of them. And I found they tended to be. Oh no, actually no. I was going to say the puzzles tended to be better. No, it was the Sierra ones that tended to have the stupid puzzles. The ones where you go, well, there's no way I could have known. You almost have to. The puzzles were a bit. I hesitate to say unhelpful, because I mean that's sort of the point. But they didn't make sense. Whereas I felt that Day of the Tentacle generally did make sense. Even if you didn't understand, didn't get the puzzle correct, or didn't work out the answer and had to find it out from somewhere, at least when you then found it out, you went, oh, that does make sense. The worst ones were the ones where you had to do something very very early on in the game, otherwise you were completely screwed later, and there was no way to go back. But the LucasArts games were very good about not having that sort of thing. You could never get into an unwinnable position. Sierra one's not so much though. Yeah, you're probably right. It's one of those things like your favourite James Bond or your favourite Doctor is the one who was playing that part when you were appropriate age to first discover it. And I suspect there's something similar with computer games as well, where you picture when you picture a certain genre of game, you picture the first one you played or the first one you got really, really into. The LucasArts adventure games, most of them have been remastered. So there's if you look on GOG, they've got, I think it's GOG, they've got Day of the Tentacle and Sam & Max Hit the Road with upscaled 1080p graphics. So it's the same game, but much prettier and just generally looks a lot nicer because modern everything's. They also updated Grim Fandango, but that one was sort of almost wasn't worth it because the game was new enough that it didn't get that much extra. Yes, the graphics were a bit better, sure, but it wasn't the enormous leap forward that you got with Day of the Tentacle, especially because that was really old. That is available, and I can definitely recommend it. It's one of the games that I probably wouldn't stream it because I don't think watching me stream a game that's story focused is going to be particularly interesting. The ones that work well for streams are the open world sandbox games like this. I think, at least that's my impression, my feeling. So you're probably going to enjoy watching me play this a lot more than you'd enjoy watching me play Day of the Tentacle. Although that said, because I probably remember Day of the Tentacle fairly well, it might be interesting to watch it from that point of view, just to see the story gone through. So, yeah, if that's something you'd be interested in, let me know on Discord. At some point I need to put together a poll for what should I play next, but I have quite a lot of I have more ideas than I have time, so it's going to be a while before I actually need suggestions. But I will probably have some sort of open it up for suggestions among the things that I already have as ideas, shall we say. Quake 3 I did play a decent chunk of. Quake 3, yeah, that was there. Oh yeah, I remember the Quake 3 was revolutionary because apparently they were they'd been playing around with curves in that one. So it was certainly the first id game with curves, and it may well have been the first game of that sort of thing where they could actually make curved surfaces. And they thought, here's a novelty, it'll be used occasionally. And then the level designers got hold of the idea that they could build levels with curves in, and then just made massive levels that were entirely organic with not a single straight line anywhere in the entire place. And the engine guys went, well, I suppose we should have seen that coming, and went off and had to optimize the curve handling a little bit. Okay, we are now running out of reinforced cubes, so that's this machine. They're being made at 2 per minute, and they're being used at probably 4 per minute. 3 per minute. Okay, so I need a 50% speed boost on this machine. I think it might be time to try and make some more speed modules. Did I see that I had? Yeah, oh, that's a MAM down there. Well, let's have a look at that and see if I've managed to complete another research yet, and if it's a useful one. Smart plating, quick wire cable. That could be vague. I mean, that'd be vaguely useful if I got it. Oh no, it uses rubber. No, thanks. Rubber concrete, that's not good. If it was the other way around, if it was turned concrete into rubber, that'd be very interesting. But no, I need the rubber. Yeah, I was definitely more into Unreal Tournament than Quake 3, but I did play a bit of both of them. I played quite a lot of both of them actually. But yeah, I think id games have often had some sort of groundbreaking, amazing, new, clever, engine-based thing that then other people have gone off and made better games with, in my experience. So, yeah, they were all very good. What did I want? I need to make something. Oh yeah, speed modules. I think that's going to be an equipment workshop. Yeah. So. Yeah, they made really good engines, and then it almost felt like the games they released were a tech demo for the engine they'd built, and then other people go off and make other things, like making it was of course the wrong building. For example, Quake was the Quake engine was used to make Half-Life, which was enormously revolutionary. What are they called? Power Shard 2s. Okay. I can make 2 of them. Oh no, I can make... Oh, 1 power shard, 2 power shards, or 5 power shards. Okay, that makes more sense. Put the gun away. Don't need it. It's not big, it's not clever. Right, let's go and give that machine a boost. Oh yeah, I did play a bit of Counter-Strike as well, yes. I was never particularly good at it, but, well, it depended it sort of depended on who I was playing. I found that if I was playing if I was playing my friends, then I tended to be better than them. If I was playing on the internet, I tended to be absolutely terrible. So I was better, yeah, generally better than real people. What's going on with concrete? Okay, there's not very much coming in. I was better than real people, but enormously worse than people on the internet, basically. Right, this drill down here is apparently too slow. Do we have too many machines down here? Yes. Yes, because that's idle a lot of the time. What speed? You're a drill 2. Do I have the bits and pieces to make a drill 3? Of course not. I need some turbo... Okay, I'm going to need to go and get some turbo motors. Right, so if I get some turbo motors, then I can make this run much faster, and then hopefully there'll be enough concrete available up there. Or I could bring more in on with a train. That's the other possibility. Where am I? Okay, I know where I am. Yeah, I mostly played on LAN, but it conveniently, Counter-Strike was out when I was at uni, so there were quite a lot of people available to play with there. But I didn't play that much. Come to think of it, I don't think I played that much Counter-Strike at uni. What did I play? I don't know. Can't remember. It was so long ago. I do remember, way back in the day, playing, I'm trying to remember what the first game I played multiplayer online in inverted commas was. I think it was probably the original CNC, or it might have been Duke Nukem 3D. But I definitely played both of those over direct modem connection. So it was literally a phone call from my computer to a friend's computer, and that was how we played it, because that was how you could do it in those days. It was basically, I think it was it was certainly pre me. Was it pre me having the internet? Why did I have a modem in that case? Not sure, but I definitely remember doing that, and it was a direct connection from one computer to the other. And I couldn't play for all that long because it would do horrendous things to the phone bill, because it was a phone call, and phone calls were charged at, I don't know, penny a minute, or I don't even know what the rate was, but if you played for sort of countless hours because you were really into the gaming, then it'd eventually get expensive. So I sort of couldn't. Right, so let's take that out. Take that out. I'll need to make another mining drill. I forgot about that. Portable miner. Make me one of those. I can make 81 of them. Excellent. I'll do. No, stop it. Don't want to make another one. Right, and now I can make a Mark III mining drill like this and point it in about the same direction. There we go. Chonk. And how fast do you get? No, you don't have power. Let's power you up. How fast are you? You are 120 fast. Okay. A tier 3 belt will be more than enough for that. Put that in there. So once this spins up, we should get a nice pouring of limestone out of here. And it'll be interesting to see whether the rest of the system is capable of keeping up with it. Whether this is now the right amount. So this is doing, what did I say, 120 per minute, didn't I? Yeah. And each of these takes in 45 per minute. Okay, so we've still got more than we need. So I've doubled the output over here, so we're going to get twice as much concrete arriving at the top. Concrete arriving up there. Hopefully that'll be enough to start making those reinforced dooberries a little bit quicker. Is there another patch down here? No. Oh, there's another one over there. So I could bring some more concrete from over there and add it in. Where was it? Over there, I think. No, but over there somewhere. Could get a bit more from over there, and that'll help. We'll see. Yeah, we had dial up for a while. My first modem was a 28.8 one, so it was a little slow, but that was fairly good for the time. A picture you could see a picture loading in front of your very eyes, so that was pretty good. Yeah, we had a thing eventually that allowed us. Why am I doing this? I need more drills first. That allowed us to get free internet anytime at basically off-peak hours. So after 6 in the evening, I think it was. Then you could connect to the internet without it doing horrible things to your phone bill. Oh no, it's 3. Okay. But you had to wait until that time of day, and yes, of course, you had to wait. I think I was only really allowed to do it after about 9 o'clock because before that there was a chance that somebody might want to phone the house. So yeah, those are the days when yes, you couldn't go online without making sure that nobody else wanted to use the phone first. Peter is demonstrating his southern hemispherial internet connections. Okay, Peter. Well, thanks for joining. We'll catch you in the next one. So, yeah, Wednesday will be the next stream, and that'll be Jen plays Factory, or Jen's first Factory. Well, we shall see how she gets on with the wonder that is Factorio, everyone's favourite game. Please have the stuff. Good, I do have the stuff. Point it. Don't know what to say whenever I'm trying to do anything. Right, point you. This is funny things. Right, point it that way. That'll do. It's reasonably low that way. And I will need power, so we'll get from... Okay, there's a pylon right here. That's very convenient. So we'll do that. Now I can run a belt, and it can... what? This is going to be even slower than the other one, isn't it? So you're... you're 120 per minute as well. Go away. Let's choose the right tier of belt for that. So it has to be at least a tier 2. I don't have enough iron for that, so I'll use a tier 3. And we'll run you over this way. Is that the area? Yes, it is. You know what? Let's put in an actual smeltery area over here, and yeah, go from there. Right. So that would be my blueprints. I want to put in another smeltery. Can I? I need to be in the air for this. I can't see what I'm doing. Zoop. Conveniently, there's a pylon nearby. Maybe that one. Might be that one I was connected to. Right, blueprints. I want the smeltery, and I want to place it there. Yeah, it almost certainly was the a player is in the way out problem. But the problem is I couldn't get the player out of the way, or at least I couldn't see where I was putting it in order to be sure that I was getting into the right place. So it's too long to get to that. There we go. Right, and we got power coming in from there to, I guess, there. Okay, be like that then, sure. Then we want to tell you to actually want a different recipe. These are the wrong machines. It's assembly machines. Ah. Well, the basic infrastructure is about right, so let's get rid of all of that. And, oh yes, because this is satisfactory or unsatisfactory, I'm going to have to get rid of all the belts and redo all of that from scratch. Never mind. So pull these out. So I technically only actually need 3 assembly machines across the middle of here. I say assembly machines, they're construction machines. That one, yeah, constructors. But I'll see if I can fit 4 in just for fun. 1, 2. No, looks like it's only 3. That's fine. But that means I don't need that or that or that, because you can feed, the splitters are all 3-way splitters. That, no, not power line, that, and then belt, there, and there, to there, and there, to there. No, there to there, endless fun, right, and power like that and like that. So the constructors are bigger than the smelters, which surprises me slightly. So you can have all of this. Okay, you can have some of this as well, because I don't want any of that. There we go. And then on the other side, I need to put the output belts like that, that. that. And then you're a merger, aren't you? Yes. If I get rid of that belt, if I just rebuild this because this is a mess. So I want to put in a merger. Here. Then where did that belt go? Where's the other end of that belt? Ah, I've removed a belt and I don't know where the other end of it, where it came from. Oh no. Right, so it started from here. Oh, it must be this belt. Okay, I found it. That goes to down there. And that goes to there. That one to there. And that one. No, that one to there. Thank you, Tristan. Yeah, I think I need to do some upgrading of this belt as well. So let's make this a Mark III all the way through. It's nice that it lights up, it catches fire as you upgrade it. So that means I can follow along and then get to here and then go, I would like you to be a lift. Oh, you already are on lift Mark III. Yes, you are. Okay, that's probably fine then. Okay, do things seem to be working? Yes, that is running flat out. The concrete is being made, the concrete is flowing through. Over here, this is not running flat out. Did I do the maths wrong? So that was 120 per minute, I'm pretty sure. These are 45. Oh, it's probably just that there's a buffer built up on the belt. So if we go and look at the other end, we'll probably see that the amount of limestone in the mine is going down. Let's check that though, because it's possible I've messed up and I need more machines over there. Yeah, there is no spare in there. It is being taken away as fast as it's being produced. That's what I want. Okay, excellent. So that is more than double the amount. I think that might be quadruple the amount of concrete that we had before. So hopefully that will now, if we fly back over here again. Do I have the rain? Is there just stuff I can hover from around here anywhere? Come on, yeah, there's some railway there. That's always good for a bit of flyingness. Alright, so here's my concrete coming in. It is all still just going straight into the voracious maw of the factory, but that's kind of to be expected because that's how it always is at first, because we've got the buffers to fill up. However, we do seem to have. I feel like there's more encased industrial beams coming out. We're building up a quantity of concrete in there. That's good. So these encased industrial beams are coming out. We've now got just about enough in that one. And wait, what? What are you making? Oh, you're making the heavy modular frames, right? So you do just about have enough. Yes, you got 40% more in by the time it's got to. Yeah, that seems to be about sufficient. Yes, there we go. I've got enough to make a second one. It's only at like 80%. So I feel like the encased industrial beams are coming in fast enough now that we should be okay over here. I wouldn't want to steal any from here because it's only just keeping up, but it is keeping up. That means we're now kicking these frames out, so that's going well. You've got 33 in there out of 2, and we've got 50 out of 2 in here. Okay, that looks like these now should be running flat out, and that one's going up. That one's running, and that one's running. Good. So that was a reasonably easy improvement. I put in a second machine down there, and somehow all of my production chains, with the now that I've fixed the concrete at least, all the production chains seem to actually be okay, and I'm honestly quite surprised by that. I was expecting to have more problems than that. So that means now over here, going into the... Are you running? You've only got one. It's not running quite as fast as it might, but they're at least running. I didn't put a speed module in the other one of those machines down there. That's why there's not quite enough. But we have made 25, which we're now almost a second hour into the stream. I feel like those have come through. I feel like they've probably come through a bit quicker. I wouldn't like to say for certain. Down here, yeah, we've got a speed module in there. We've not got a speed module in there, so let's give it one. And now it can run at the required speed to keep up with the machines up topside. I'm slightly concerned about the amount of power we're using now, because that is always a little bit of a concern. Let's try and find a pylon and have a look. Ooh, there were some problems back then, but they have since gone away again, and the batteries are fully charged back up again. So it was not okay briefly, but I didn't look at it when it wasn't okay. Therefore it's never been a problem. Yeah, that's how these things work, definitely. There is a large capacity of batteries, so it's we have a lot of power stored in the batteries, so we can have problems for a good sort of 20 minutes. Well, it depends on the size of the problems. We can have problems for quite a while before we start to have any before they turn into serious problems. Anyway, right. So, what to say? So that's going to mean we are now over 25% of the way through making these assembly director units, because we needed another 19 to get to that 25%, and we've got 27. So it's kind of going well. Yes, it is still very much the weakest link in the production system, though. How is the supply of supercomputers keeping up? 37 in there. 50 in there. Yeah, it seems to be alright. Seems. And we've got quite a lot in this box that I could always pull out if I need to. These are being made, so these are being made at 1.875 per minute and used at 1.5 per minute. Yeah, so it's fine. This one machine making supercomputers is fast enough to keep both of these machines making the assembly director units happy. So that's good. So assuming none of the other inputs fail, we are now making these things twice as fast as we were before. So we are making them at 1.5 a minute, and I need 3,000. So that's 1,000 minutes. No, it's not. It's 2,000 minutes. Which is 200 divided by 6. It's about... That's 30 hours, isn't it? I think it's 30 hours. Or 30 something, just over 30 hours. That's a lot, that's a long time. I mean, I could leave the game running for all of tomorrow just to finish it off, but 30 hours is still kind of horrific. I just don't want to have to rebuild another copy of all of this because it's a mammoth undertaking. It probably wouldn't be all of this. Well, I don't know. Maybe it would be. Be a lot of this. Some of these inputs are short as well. Those are just computers. 33 and a third hours. Okay, so yeah, I think that is getting to the point where I might go, yeah, you know what, I'll leave that running for a day and come back tomorrow and see if it's done. Computers are coming through. I looked at the computers down here earlier because we were making them and I was going, oh, is this enough? 2.5 per minute. Let's go straight. Oh no, there's 2 machines making computers at 2.5 per minute. There's no supply shortages here. Oh, yes, there is. The screws aren't coming in fast enough. How does a computer need this many screws? What are they all for? I've built computers. You don't need 52 boxes of screws to make a computer. And I've got the new computer factory over there. We've got a computer drop-off station, I think. Or we've got a station that would be a computer drop-off station. I think it's this one because there's nothing happening at it. Computer drop comps. Oh, we've not got any. So what I could... Yeah, I could bring computers out from here. Okay. Balloon animal has just gone through on a train. No, you have to tighten the screws when you're building a computer, Doofy. If you loosen them, then you'll never get a computer out of it at the end. Right. Oh, the copper's in high. The copper is in high demand. Let's put it that way because it sounds better. So what sort of belt are you? You're only a 3. Okay. Where is that coming from? Oh, I need to upgrade a lot further back than this. What's this belt over here? What are you? Oh, you already are a 5. But there's not very much copper coming through. It's probably all being stolen by other machines along here. All this is 5 by the looks of it. Yeah, it's being split off. Half it's going that way, half it's going this way. So a lot of what's going on in here is going to be making computers. So if I bring the computers in and just take over those feeds, and the buffers will fill up and we'll stop using stuff up quite soon in quite such large quantities. Let's do that. That'll be fun. Let's bring computers in. Yeah, and I don't think I even need to bring the computers in that fast because they're a fairly late game tech. So if I bring up... Let's not do that first. Let's work out where I need computers. So I know I need them here for the supercomputers, and they're coming up here. Pretty sure this is, yeah, this is computers. Right, so let's do a belt along here like this. And I can follow all of these and put them in the right places. So we'll have that come out to over here. A nice straight line. I also need computers over here. No, this is making computers. I recognise the recipe. So yeah, we need computers to come in here. And that's going down to feed these 2 machines that are making the adaptive control units. Okay. So we'll have... We're on the same level as the previous one. No, the other one was down... Yes, we are. So the belt is over there. Okay. So in that case, I can get rid of that. I can put in an elevator from here to the ceiling. And then realise I put it in the wrong way around. And do it again. That. Then I can put a belt. I'm going to use a Mark III belt because I'm running out of reinforced iron plates. Bring you out over here. Whoop. There's a thing there. Bring you out over this way as well. And then over here. And then I can put in a splitter on here. This belt's the wrong way around. You know what, let's put in the... What is it? There. Let's put in the splitter first. Oh, you can't stick splitters to the ceiling. Okay. Ooh, maybe you can. Oh, you can if there's a belt there. Right, okay. A little bit more belt then. To about here. It's close enough. Let's straighten up a little bit. Is that straight? No. That's as straight as it gets. We'll do that. Now I can put a splitter on the end of here. That. Then, yeah, we have an input feed to here. From that station. Come on. There's something you'll let me do, and there's something you won't let me do. Do the thing you'll let me do. There we go. Right, so we need to link that up to that station down there. So let's do that. Next. Station output up to about this sort of height. Wait, needs to go all the way up to there. That isn't right. Let's make that go even higher. See what the maximum height for one of these things is. 7, 3. Whoop. About that high, okay. It's not bad. Not enough, because I need to get up to there, but it's not bad. It's a good start. How far can I get that belt to go? This is going to be the tricky bit, actually, isn't it? I'm not going to be able to get the belt to come over all the way over here. Let's put in a random piece of foundation sticking out from there, like this. Oh, this is not improving my general factory design. That goes from there to up here somewhere. Okay, so that's worked. I can go from there to there. Right, it's only hideous, but it'll work. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I have some vague ideas. I wouldn't go quite so far as to call them a design, necessarily, but I'm building something. All right, so you're now called computer drop comps. So we want right. We want to look at your comps for comps. Better comps. Yeah, it's a pl. We'll call it a pl. That seems potentially reasonable. So station 50 is probably station 55, isn't it? It's going to be the computer pickup one. Oh no, computer pickup. There we go. So we want to go to computer pickup, and then we want to go to computer drop comps here. And when we get there, when we get here, we want to do a full unload, and that'll probably be alright. And I want to get out here, and I want to make sure the station's set to unload, because this used to be a loading station. Okay, so we need to change that. So that train will bimble off, it'll go over to the computer area, it'll pick up whatever computers have been made, and, oh hi, where are you going? Could you not? Is there something wrong with the main line? Maybe. I have to admit, I'm not certain how you get onto that bit of rail over there. I feel like there needs to be a sort of a joiny bit across here, but I also feel I can't fit that in, and I'll just cause problems. Okay, well, we'll wait for this train to come back. We should then have lots of computers flooding out along here and going down this lovely belt. It is a lovely belt. And then when it comes in here, I can then flip this elevator round, flip this lift round, have the computers be fed in this way, do the same thing over there, and get in, start using the computers that are being brought in from the new, more efficient production system. And that will allow me to, that will hopefully allow me to have a lot more computers available, and will mean we get through a lot less copper and plastic and screws and such likes over here, thereby making this whole area work a bit better. That's the hope. It is also possible that we will have so few computers being brought over from over there that the system doesn't work, but I think it's worth a try. I also have no idea which of these many trains it is. It might be that one. See if that train's going to turn around. Nope, it's just going off to wherever. Might be this one. No, that's an empty train. Better not be that one. It's another empty train. That one's going off to go and get plastic or rubber. I can tell by the fact it's got 2 wagons on the back of it. It is a lovely belt. It would work for even the fattest of people. Copper for comps. Fuse frames for turbo, aluminium for radios, comps for better comps is that one. I guess it's still in the process. It's sitting at a funny angle. I think it's struggling. Let's go and find out. Sigh. I should be travelling by a slightly quicker method than this. Flying around like this is not going to get me there very quickly. This is actually not much faster. It's also in the... I was going to say it's also in the wrong direction. Yeah, it is in the wrong direction. I want to go over this way. Ah, there's no power. Come on. Grab some power. There we go. Before I go any further, is that the train I wanted coming back now? No, it's just called train. Yeah, it's still stuck over there. I suspect that there is another train in there that I've created 2 trains going to the same place by mistake. Hello, Cobalt. Welcome to the stream. Well, welcome to the stream. This is confusing everybody because it is Satisfactory on a Monday, and apparently that is too much for people's fragile minds to cope with. But yes, as previously discussed, we are switching over what the Factorio streams are because, because we finished it, and so it's time to do things a little bit differently. Right, so we have this train here. What are you doing? What is your plan? Oh, I see. You're filling up and then going to... Yeah, we're not making the computers fast enough, basically. So we send you away. In fact, you know what? We could edit the timetable here. We could say pick up. Just pick up whatever is available. And save, and save, and... Yes, fine. But also, while I'm here, let's try and work out why we're not making computers as fast as we would like to be. So that's going to... No. Going to need a jetpack. I bet it's a shortage of rubber. Actually, it's not a shortage. It's just this is the speed we make computers at, by the looks of it. Also, there's a slow... Seems to be, so you're a Mark III, you're a Mark II. Let's upgrade you. There we go. That looks a bit healthier now. Oops. Alright, so that'll bring the copper through a bit more. The gold cable through a bit more quickly. So we should make this computer a bit faster. And yeah, that was what was the limiting factor. So we've been I've been starving my computer production by just by that one lift over there that was a Mark II lift, and therefore not quick enough to bring everything through. Grr. Oh well, never mind. So hopefully we'll now be able to make the computers a little bit quicker, like actually be able to make them. 27, 28, there we go, constructing. Nice. Also, presumably this machine over here was getting the lion's share of the cables that were coming through. Because even that one still only got up to... is still only in the mid-20s. And they should be getting like 50% of the cables that are being made. And maybe not 50% of them, because there's quite a slow belt down there at the bottom. Now it's actually building. That's not remotely... These belts are not remotely fast enough. We need so much gold cable that the whatever speed belts I put in there are just not keeping up. That's quite interesting. That was not a problem not what I expected to be the problem. Of course, the elevators, I mean the lifts along here are also probably all very low tier, aren't they? Yes, they are. Make all 3s all the way along, because why not? Steel is cheap at this stage of the game. Right, how are we doing for production? I feel like over here I want to upgrade the belts that run all the way along to just much higher tiers. So how much good stuff have I got? So I've got the 800 steel, 466 of that, only 22 aluminium. Okay, we'll go with the reinforced iron. So that would be... These are already tier 4 belts along here? That's weird. Because these are not. So we've got it on tier 4 belts in the area where it's being produced, but we're not actually sending it through into the rest of the system on tier 4 belts. That's a bit silly. So let's do some upgradery around here, like this, and this, and, oop, missed, this, and final unnecessary one of that. There we go. that looks much healthier now. I suspect we're going to quickly deplete the amount of gold cable we have available in these machines, but that's still a good. Still, I would rather have it flowing out there very quickly than just lingering around being untidy. And actually, there's huge buffers in here, so that's going to work for a good while. And maybe there'll be enough in those buffers to fill up these buffers, and then we'll be able to, and everything will maintain and keep working. So over here we can now see, yeah, we've now got 440. We're not going to run out of quick wire in there. That's a double, which is good. That's not actually there yet. We're still filling these ones up, but the hope is that as the buffers fill up in the first few machines, we'll then start to get to the point where we can fill the buffers in the later machines, because they are kind of greedy. I think this is going to go all the way up to about 400, so that's very, very greedy. But Celebi, I'll deal with it. I'm not going to watch it though. Okay, so that's making the computers a bit quicker over here. So the next question is over there. How are the how is the taking the computer supply over there going? And that's an autosave. Ugh. Let's go down here and have a look. Trying to fall down there. Actually, it's not an infinite void of doom. The infinite void of doom is just over there. So I'm okay flying around here a little bit. We've got 12. Lovely. 12 is some. It's not as many as I would like. Wrong way. It's not as many as I would like to see, but it is indeed some. Oh, here comes a train to steal them all. Yeah, I mean they are being produced. That's about the best that I can say about this. They the amount of resource that goes into making a computer, even the slightly cheaper way, we're putting in 47 pieces of stuff, and then one computer comes out. But oh well, never mind. It means I can use nice, cheap slow belts for this. And let's land on you and find out where you're going. You're going to computer drop radio. I don't want to go to computer drop radio. It is a silly place. It's got 16 computers. It's not very many. I'm surprised we haven't had a problem from that. Oh dear. I mean, Hideboard produces both some quite good artwork and some amusing sort of Factorio-related cartoons, and then also some kind of suspicious, kind of sus stuff, should we say, to put it politely. So, after I mentioned him, you started to follow, have you, Astrid? No, go away. There we go. Right, let's go back over and see if we've got any computers with that first thing. Yeah, I mean, some of it is just sort of chibi cutesy Factorio engineers doing cutesy Factorio engineer things. Some of it is not. Okay, yeah, I guess it's been fairly popular on the Factorio Reddits for a while, I suppose. So that makes sense. You'd have already seen some of it. Right, I don't want that lift anymore, and I don't want that lift. Put it in for now, and I'll put in a Mergimatron here, and then that belt can go into the merger. Like that. And we can have one from there as well, so we get lots and lots of lovely computers that way. I don't really know how many we've got on this. Yeah, there we go. There's the end of it over there. So I don't want I don't want to rely on the computers coming from the new system just yet, because doesn't seem to be working as well as I hoped it would. But we can at least start using them, even if they're not the sole supply of computers. Where's the other one going? It's around here and over to here, where it comes down here, and you're not a merger. You're not a splitter, not a merger for some reason. Can I put a splitter in there and have it just work? TM. I don't want to split. I mean, can I put in a merger and have it just work? Looks like. No, of course not. That'd be far too easy. All right, we'll do it properly, and by properly I mean the long way. So we put that and that, and then what's that? So conveyor lift mark 1. Fine, you're at that. Put that there. There we go. Now the computers can flow. It's only a Mark 1 lift, so they're going pretty slowly, but that's plenty of them now. Oh look, we've run out of something else. What is it? Oh, it's the those things, the automated wirings. That was, I did predict that was going to happen. So yeah, I'm not hugely surprised because I seriously increased the amount of. I doubled the number of them we're trying to get through, and didn't increase the number of them we're making to compensate. So this is right. Is there a shortage of any of the inputs? Probably not, but that's because we're making the cables at a stonking great rate in order to make sure that we have enough cables. Okay. Oh, right. We have an enormous cable production facility over here. And it is keeping up. 30 per minute, 60, 90, 120, 150. And then over here, 180. 210, 240, 270, 300. Okay, so we're making 300 cables per minute. And we're attempting to use 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300. So these two should be perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Which makes me wonder why we've got such a backlog all the way along here, but all the machines do seem to be running, so I guess we don't have an actual real backlog. It's just that the belts are kind of full because we're making them at the rate. So if I want to make any more of these automated wirings, I am going to need to put in another 5 machines for every 3 of these I put in, and that's quite a lot. That's a big expansion, and I would start to worry about the copper supply at that point. I mean, I'm already slightly worried about the copper supply. Yes, it's flowing in at a wonderful belt Mark 5 belt rate there. There's a train here ready to unload. So actually, it is working, and I probably could put more load on it. But my worry would be if I put more load on this belt coming out that goes out that way, then we wouldn't get enough copper flowing the other way. In fact, as it is, I'm already kind of tempted to say, bring up another belt of copper out of the station, and feed it in on this belt here as a separate supply, because I worry that we're not bringing enough in. Oh, and it's doing the unloading thing. Right, right, here we go. Let's do a big improvement here. No, copper didn't actually run out. Copper stopped flowing because when a station is unloading a train, or loading or unloading a train, it doesn't receive any inputs or outputs, which is a bit silly, but that's how this game works. So yeah, it didn't actually run out, but it did stop. So in order to try and help with that, I'm going to put in an industrial storage container here, like that, and then I'm going to need to go and get some more aluminium, almost certainly. Tearing is possible. I normally try and make sure I don't get tearing by making sure I've got VSync turned on. I was in a bit of a hurry when I set things up. So no, I did set it up, so it shouldn't be tearing. However, it is possible. It is. Sorry. What's going on over there? Why are their trains queuing up for something? Probably for gold. That's a concern. Should go and look at that in a moment. Oh yes, I remember why I'm over here. There isn't any aluminium here, but there is an air cannon that can take me to where there is aluminium, which is that one. Oop, overshot. So here, let's take 3 stacks. Why not? It's a bit excessive, but I'd rather have too much than too little. I'd also rather be using the other jetpack, so I don't have to worry about running out of fuel. I said I'd also rather be using the other... Oh, never mind, I'm practically there now. Oh dear. You've made the viewing experience actively worse. Thank you. Right, where was I? Yes, ooh, over here. Apparently so. Right, so I want you to be an uplift. Like that. And then I can come put it away. Okay, oh dear. Have I left enough room for this? I hope I have. Oh yeah, that works. So do that. We can now unload the copper through there, which means it'll then start flowing up there, and that's it. Ah! What? Why is that not just a nice curve? It's not, apparently it's not just a nice curve, so I'll have to get rid of that. Start that, do that bit again. Maybe if I put it here. And up to here. And back down again. Right, let's try and have an output from there to... when it actually places it, it's a bit further over than I thought. It then sticks the rubber bit out of the elevator, out of the lift, and it becomes much, much bigger. That might be alright. Nope. Oh, for goodness sake. Right, what I'm going to do now is what I probably should have done the first time. Is I'm going to put it there, and then run it upwards like this, but have it come off at 90 degrees like that. There we go. At least that I know is definitely going to be linkable in, so I can run that from there to there. Then I come back up here, remove that belt and that lift, and then put in a conveyor belt from there to there, so that will allow the system to keep running in as it was previously doing so. And down here I can put in a belt from there to there, and that means we're now pulling the copper out of the station twice as fast as we were before, and it's all getting stockpiled into this shipping container here. We're then sending it up this elevator, and so it's going at exactly the same speed it was before, but it's now buffered through this shipping container, and also we're loading it up twice as fast. So if we have a little bit of an interruption here because we're unloading a train, then it won't actually stop the copper flowing up here. So that's going to be a big improvement. But also we're going to get a further improvement by removing that belt and then feeding that, probably just into. But we can't feed it into there because that would be weird. Fair enough. I'll pull that out and that out and that out. And we'll put in another splitter underneath here, pointing in. I'm glad the whole pile of them didn't fall down. That can go there, and I really hope that's going to fit. Of course it's not, because sod you, that's why. Right, okay. Satisfactory is not good when you want to come in and tweak a design a little bit. Things don't tend to line up, they just don't behave themselves very nicely. What if I dismantle that and try again? This time I'll put the lift in a bit closer. So there we go, now it's in line with that one. So now I can put in my fast belts along here, like that, and that, and that. There we go. Now it's lined up. It's working. No, there we go. So now we have, in theory, we have the capacity to unload the copper twice as fast. I don't expect us to actually need all of that capacity. You'll notice these belts are occasionally jerking a little bit, and that extra space in the capacity is going to be what allows us to keep a buffer in this container down here, and therefore allow the flow to not be interrupted when a train is being unloaded. So I think that is better. Fine. I'll see if I can. Well, I'll check the VSync to make sure that's turned on, because I thought I did, but it is possible I somehow didn't. 1 second. There we go. Now you should be able to hear me. No, it was for some reason when I updated the settings for the graphics driver, it must have restarted something in the HDMI output port, and the HDMI is taking the game sounds and the microphone sounds from the gaming computer to the streaming computer. So that's why that broke, but it's now okay again. Or it should be. So there we go. There's the train is being unloaded, which means the flow of copper has stopped out of the station. But because there's a buffer in the warehouse there, it carried on flowing up here without any problems. The only risk is if the flow out of here is too constant and it doesn't give it a chance to catch up while it's unloading the station like this, we may eventually burn through all of the supply in here. But you can see that amount is going up gradually. So we're loading the copper in here faster than we're taking it away, and I'll put that in there because I don't want it in my pocket system. Right, so things are kind of working. So part of the reason I did that was I was going to say, so now that I've got all this extra input, do I have the capacity along here to put in an extra set of machines making the cables in order to make the automated wirings in order to allow the ACUs to be made a bit quicker? And having seen the rate that copper is being used up by this station area, I'm not sure I really can. The rate it's flowing out of there is almost as fast as it's being could possibly be brought in by a train. So I'm loath to touch it to increase the use any further. That said, I'm cautiously optimistic that as the supply of computers from here improves, and I'm not convinced it has improved yet, but if it does, I could then start prioritising where the computers are brought from. And you see over here, these are starting to back up along this belt a bit because it's now only using them for half of it. I should have used a smart. Is there such a thing as a smart merger? Got conveyor merger, conveyor splitter, smart splitter, and a programmable splitter. So no, I haven't got a smart merger. That doesn't seem to be a thing. That's a shame. It would have been very, very useful to say I want to use the stuff coming in from here by priority, and the stuff coming in from here lower priority. So, but I can't apparently. So that one, yeah. And I could just cut this off, but we don't have enough computers coming in over here yet for that to seem like a good idea. As it is, I've halved the number that are being used from the other production systems, so maybe it will help. Over here we'll build up a buffer in here, and once we build up a buffer in here, we'll then stop pulling in more cable and more circuit boards and plastic and screws, and so all of that will calm down a little bit, and we'll use a bit less copper eventually, but it's going to be a while till we get to that point. Okay, I'm going to go back over and have another look at the computer factory, because that wasn't working quite as well as I expected it to before, and we don't have as many computers over here as I would like us to, so it's a bit slow, basically, and I'm going to go and try and work out why. I don't think a faster belt is a priority for mergers, at least not if there's low demand. If there's very high demand, then yes, you do get priority because the belts, maybe one of the belts will be less full. But I believe if you have two inputs that are both producing them, passing them in faster than they're being used up, then it won't. They're then using two different speeds of belts. I don't think will have any effect. Could be wrong, but I don't think it will. Ow. My ankles. Again. Oh, and now we've got a rubber shortage over here. Lovely. So we've got, at this point, you've got enough quick wire in there. I've got plenty of quick wire in there. It's not completely full, but it's a good amount of it. I do sometimes wonder why people have pets. They just seem generally awful. I mean, I understand that some people quite like their pets, but I don't see the appeal. Although Jen, who's going to be joining me on Wednesday, is at least mildly obsessed with cats, so you can talk to her about your cat-related woes. She has, in fact, decided to become a professional crazy cat lady. We've got a bit of a shortage of plastic as well, by the looks. Maybe it's not a shortage. Maybe it's just the belts aren't fast enough. Yeah, it's only a 3. Let's upgrade some of these belts and maybe these lifts as well. So that's a 4. That's also a 4. That's a 3. Okay, so we'll upgrade this belt along here. Like that, and that, and that, and that. And I guess that as well, because we still seem to have... Oop. What? So that belt in the middle there is a 4 already. I think I must have been running out of supplies for some of these things, because nothing else would make sense for some of the decisions I've made, should we say. You say a cutie, but I'm pretty sure vomiting in a computer is not cute. I mean, you're welcome to disagree if you want, but I don't think I'm going to be able to agree with your disagreement there. Is she, or is she just malicious? She's a cat, after all. They're known for being sort of generally malicious. Right. Okay. So that's the plastic input massively sped up because it was struggling. Now it's absolutely fine. Probably because we've run out of rubber again, and therefore nothing's being made, I suspect. Yes, here we go. Over here, there is no rubber available. So yeah, we're seeing a bit of a running theme here, I feel. Still, we'll load that. Are you unloading a train? That was weird. It looked like it was unloading. It looked like it was trying to unload a train in a loading station. I think it was just a graphical glitch there. But yeah, we're not going to get any more computers until some more rubber comes in. So what can you do? I guess I can go off and find one of my mams and see if we've done any useful researches yet. So let's do that. Let's head back over to the base. No, that one. No, down. Oh, not that much down. Fine. Right, so let's go and see what we've researched now. See if we've researched better ways of making rubber yet, because it's getting a bit silly, basically, and the sheer quantity of rubber that I'm not making. There's the machine. Touchdown. Zonk. Copper, screws, and bolted frames. Nope. Don't want any of those. I don't think so, Doopy. Well, unless we were actually overflowing on plastic, which I don't think we were. I don't think we're going to get more of it. I don't think we're going to get more rubber from that. Let me just check the recipes for this in case there's something I've missed. There might be another way to make rubber, and I'm just being a bit oblivious to it. Rubber. No, rubber, that one. So there is also the polymer resin recipe, but that looks like more or less the same thing but with extra steps. you can make, so you can turn oil into fuel, but then you do that anyway when you're making, you can turn, oh no, you can turn oil into heavy oil residue and rubber. So three oil makes 2 rubber, but you need some of it to deal with it to get rid of the fuel. Here, 3 oil, no, 6 oil makes 3. Yeah, that's just worse. You're going to get less rubber out for that one. That's not going to be worth it. Because you're going to be using more oil to make the polymer to make less rubber, and then you still have to turn the and then you still have to use some of the rubber to get rid of the fuel oil. Now the other possibility is to do something else with the fuel. I could feed it into power plants and vent it that way. And that way I wouldn't be spending some of my rubber turning the fuel into plastic, which would be a slight advantage. So I wouldn't be doing this, which uses up some rubber, as you can see, because I'd just be burning off this fuel instead to make electricity. So I could do that, but no, I think I'd rather have an alternative recipe that allows me to just turn the turn rubber or turn fuel oil and just allows me to make rubber, because I need the rubber, and I don't want to do silly things. Yeah, basically, it seems that the recipes you're given for making rubber aren't very good. Put it that way. Whoop. But let's go over and make sure everything seems to be working over there. I strongly suspect it probably is all absolutely fine. It's just that we're not making the rubber quickly enough. So, I mean, it's fine at the speed that it's running at, but the speed that it's running at is not fine. There we go. That's sort of what I'm trying to say. just changed things in time there. Yeah, so we're not getting rid of the plastic very quickly here, which is a problem. Maybe I need a faster elevator here so it can get rid of. You know, so we're. What speed are you? You're 4. Okay, well we can make you faster. And you. And you. And then you're already a 5, so that is as fast as it can possibly be. So at this point, we are making too much plastic in that it is coming out of the it's coming out of all these processing stages faster than we can pass it away on down a single tier 5 belt. If I come up here, there is a train currently parked here. It is now leaving. There does always seem to be. How full are you? Okay, I'm worried we're going to overflow on plastic, and that's going to affect the rubber production. I think all I can really do at the moment, though, is keep just poking the MAMs and trying until I can manage to get out the until it finally does the recipe that I want it to do. Does it need power? No, probably not. We're still only 5 minutes into the hard drive research. So, yeah, this is one of the things that I've been grumbling about a little bit with Satisfactory. That is not very satisfactory. It's that the hard drive researches are very much it's a roll of the dice, and it's quite hard to work out what's actually going to be useful. If it was sort of like any of the other researches where you just go in and you say, yes, you have to go and get these, and even if you have to go and get a hard drive, and with the hard drive you can buy such and such an unlock, that would be fine. But it isn't. And so that's a bit frustrating. Okay, well, there's nothing I can do over here for 5 minutes. Maybe you should be. Maybe, yeah. If you have, you can't. But maybe you should be able to. Yes, if you had a load of them and put one hard drive into each one, you could then come back every sort of 10 minutes or so and just give them all a kick to get them to rescan and come up with something different. But no, I'd rather have. I think I would much rather have just a list of here are the technologies you can unlock. Which one would you like? Yeah. I have the awesome sink. Is there going to be something oil recipe related in it? It's worth having a look at. I'm not going to build another one. Let's go off and find it. I bought quite a lot of stuff from the Awesome Sink shop, or from the Awesome Shop, rather. This is the wrong jetpack. This is the wrong inventory menu. Fly, you fool. You didn't fly. Why did you not fly, you fool? You switched to the right jetpack, see? But then you just ploughed into the ground for funsies. Yes. Oh right, yes, okay, yeah, I've got to, yes, I've got to get getting rid of stuff I don't need. Yes, that's been running for a while. Oh dear, creature. No, I can't use the chainsaw on it. I can use this. Well, I could have had any ammunition. Is it gone? I think it's gone. Slug. Oh, there's one. Oh, what was that? Oh, the spitter's down there as well. This area appears to be more hostile than I was expecting. That's not good timing for an autosave. Oh, nearly jumped into that one. Right, now there's only one. That should be fairly easy to deal with, even for me. There we go. Can I have my slug, please? It's the only reason I came over here. Yoink. Dangly legs. Okay, how do I get back up to anywhere useful? I guess I fly up this mushroom. Shale bark, whatever I call these things. Can I get all the way up there? I'm not sure. Yes, just... No, not quite. Well, that's one way to get back up top, I suppose. Yes, the jetpack does... Oh, so because I switched... You're saying so it's because I switched to the jetpack that it didn't... Because the jetpack should have been fully fueled. I was just flying, but I had the hover pack on. I switched to the jetpack, and then it didn't have any fuel in it. Or no, I didn't know. I didn't then fly. I'm not really sure why. I should go back and get my corpse, really, shouldn't I? Try and be a little bit less fail. Oh, I need some fuel before I do that. Thank you for the paying respects. You, give me oh, there's a train in the station, isn't there? This is really annoying. Again, another thing that's a bit annoying is that you basically you can't take things out of a station when there's a train in the station. And what is the point in that? Why is that even a thing? Oh, and I can't build that because I don't have any stuff. I can't get stuff out of the train because the train's in the station. All I can do is tell the train to clear off. And it's such a waste of effort telling the train to clear off, because now the train's just going to run off to wherever. Oh, we'll run back over to the. Oh, I should have stayed in it actually. Come back. The train is now just going to travel back all the way back over to the plastic production area when it doesn't need to because it's full. Oh, the man was researching it. I fell off the train because I was too busy trying to climb onto the train, so I ended up falling off it. That's ridiculous. Can I catch up with it? No, the train's too fast. Yeah, 4 level 1 critters I can deal with without too much difficulty, but apparently one climby mushroom I cannot. And I basically got to the top of that. I just didn't quite manage. Oh, for goodness sake! I just didn't quite manage to convert my. I just didn't quite manage to climb onto the scaffolding at the top. The platform at the top. So I don't know. Just throwing confidence, I guess. No, don't go that way. Don't go in there. I want full oomph out of this thing. There we go. Go this way. Go that way. It's somewhere over here. Which giant mushroom was it? It's probably over. Yeah, I think it's probably in that. Oh, it's probably that one there. That one there. There's another slug down there. Normally you get a little thing on the mini-map to tell you, oh, it is directly below me, more or less. Boost. There's one of the critters that I shot. It's just over here somewhere. Can I have my stuff back, please? Is it up on here? Because this is what I hit first. Nope. Over to the right. Oh yeah, there it is. Thank you. Yoink. Right, where's that other... Oh yeah, there's a slug. Oh, and another spitter as well. Got ammunition? Yeah, I've got a decent amount of ammunition. That's quite a big one. Doesn't seem to have noticed me, despite the fact that I just emptied a magazine into it. Fine. You can be that easy if you want. I'm not going to complain. Can I have my slug, please? It's trapped inside this web of tree. Maybe I need to blow up the tree to get to it. I don't have any explosives with me, unfortunately. I used them all up in the last stream. Should probably make more, really. That'd be useful. Oh, chainsaw, that's a good point. That might be, it might just be tree, mightn't it? It might not be some sort of weird thing. Oh, it is just tree. Good thinking. Thank you very much. Drink. Yeah, I even described it as a tree and then didn't think of using the chainsaw on it. Dope. Slug. Slugs are useful. Slugs can be made into speed modules. Right, let's approach things a little more safely this time. There we go. Here's a perfectly safe way of getting up to the top of here. Couldn't possibly go wrong. Right, what was I doing? I have completely forgotten. Oh yeah, I was going to go and have a look at the awesome sink and decide if there's anything. Look at the awesome shop and see if there's anything worth buying in there. I don't know. Would he? I don't know if even the French would eat such glowy slugs as that one. It was a very, very glowy slug. But yeah, it might be delicious. Who knows? One of the other things I was considering doing at some point during this stream, and it's possibly a little bit late to say this at 10 o'clock, was coming up with something to deal with the nuclear waste that I've been collecting. Because there is a recipe for that. You can turn nuclear waste into stuff down here somewhere. Some of these things. It's part of the plutonium fuel rod in case you cell, plutonium pellet. There we go. So the you need the non-fissile uranium. You can take in the uranium waste and some silica and some nitric acid and sulfuric acid. That's a lot of stuff. I think I did that last. I looked at that last time and went, "That's a lot of stuff. I'm not sure I can be bothered." So that's why I haven't dealt with that yet. Flexible framework. No, obviously supercomputer. No, I don't want any of those. Give me something useful. Where was the awesome shop? It was over here somewhere. Here it is. Alright, so what do we have? We have signs. Now, I was planning to get signs set up at some point, and then I never bothered. And, yeah. Light control, but floodlights, nice. Indoor lighting sounds quite nice, actually. That would be quite good. It's quite expensive, but I was going to say quite expensive, not that bad. Yeah, because it has been getting a bit dark in the factory. Management. I think I've clean pipelines, I think I've got all the important stuff from there. Foundations, it's just more shapes of foundation. Fine. Walls is just. Oh, you can have conveyor belts going through walls. That'd be quite pretty, I suppose. But beyond that, and windowed walls, and I don't really pretty things up enough for this to be useful. Dance club here. Architectural pretty stuff. Again, I don't really do pretty. I haven't built. That would be a bit beyond me at the moment. Different materials to make stuff out of. Foundation patterns. Who cares? I don't care about any of that. I don't care about the cart or music or boards. These are just things to say. Look how much money I've made, aren't they? So. The balloon animal is apparently actually called a confusing creature. Okay. Equipment. I could get a mug. I could buy some health packs. Those are quite useful. But no. I could buy some nobelisks or again 25 nobelisks. That might be easier than actually going out and getting them. I could buy various parts as well. But no, I'm not going to do any of this like this. I mean, in theory, I suppose this means I could come in and say, well, actually, I'm struggling with. What am I struggling with? I'm struggling with rubber. I could buy 200 rubber for one fix-it token. What's that being made into? Are the actual things you need for the end game aren't available from here, of course, because that'd be far too easy. I'm trying to remember what I'm short of to try and make them. It was the where are they? No, the things I'm struggling with aren't actually even in the list here, so there's not much point. Okay, so we can't do anything, can't buy anything particularly useful there. So the only thing I've spotted that looks tempting is the indoor lighting, and that's just a pretty thing. I have some tickets. I don't know how many. I wonder how many extras I've made. Let's have a look. I've made another 27. Let's print them out because why not? And then I can put them in. I've got a box somewhere to keep all this sort of stuff in, so I don't lose it all when I die. What's in this box? No, it's not that one. That's Christmas stuff. Over here, we've got some more speed modules over here, and the rebar gun, which is the worst weapon ever. What's that? Okay, it's a MacGuffin. Oh yeah, I did need turbo fuel. Yeah, you're right. I could buy that. Sort of feels like cheating, but also sort of feels like I don't care. And how difficult to make is turbo fuel? Because it might be one of those things that's worth just having for my jetpack. True. Yes, I suppose this. Yeah, I could dump. Yeah, I could ditch the excess plastic. That's a fair point. I'd rather use it to make it into rubber, but this would at least work in the short term. So that's compacted coal, wasn't it? So yeah. So I'm going to need to get sulfur to that area, which is going to be annoying. Oh, I've got train jam again. I'll go and have a look at that in a moment. Yeah, there's no sulfur over here, so that's going to be a pain. Let's go and fix that train jam and then worry about other things. Why are the trains sad this time? It's because there's two of them trying to get around a roundabout in opposite directions. Right, okay. What? I was not falling at high speed there. Don't be ridiculous. Okay, so this is going to be a tricky one to fix, I think. The chain signals don't work. I tried them last week before, fairly recently anyway, and they just didn't work, and so I gave up on them because they were useless. Now I'm almost certain there's some user error in there because they probably do basically work, but I couldn't get. They didn't work when I tried to use them and use them in basically the same way I do in Factorio. They just didn't work, so I promptly gave up. Is there enough room to reverse this train along here? I mean, there is a room to reverse train a little bit, but then to get this one out, probably not. Or I could pull that one forwards. Yes, if I pull that one forwards a bit, then I can get that one to go off down that way. And then all will be well. So if we turn off self-driving. Move. I seem to have to get to the power at the bottom up to a certain amount before the train will even start moving, which is interesting. And stop. Then you can go this way. Yeah, until the power gets to about 45-50 megawatts, the train doesn't move. That's interesting. Right, so you're there. Now I can turn back and self-drive back on again. Get out of the train. And now that one can move. Which means that one can move. Which means this one can move. And steal the balloon animal. I mean, curious creature. Now that one can go. Why are you not going? There you are. Okay, good. Right, okay, that has sorted out the train jam. The cause of the train jam is because there's an excessively small loop here. But I think I had to... Oh, I don't know. I put this loop here because there were other things causing problems previously, so... Oh, and it's happening again. Oh, maybe not actually. That one can just squeeze in. Yeah, so there's two trains trying to dance here, then it's alright. It's when we get a third train into the loop, then it starts to have problems. Oh. Hey, thanks, Kesor. Much appreciated. I'm glad you're enjoying them. Yes, Immersite is fun. I suggest you try and find yourself an Immersite primary because otherwise you're going to be forever trying to restock your Immersite cave, or forever trying to reclaim new Immersite caves. Right, I think the trains are now suitably trained. And things seem to be happy. So yeah, these tiny little roundabouts are a bad idea for the same reason they're a bad idea in Factorio as well, to be honest. But I was having my entire train system is a bit rubbish and needs to be completely rebuilt, and there's no way I'm going to do that at this stage of the game. So yeah, sorry. It's just going to have to be like this and just be bad, I'm afraid. Okay, so let's have a summary of where we are, what sort of things we could consider at this point. So we have rubber being produced at insufficient speed, which means computer production over there is struggling, and possibly some other things over here may be struggling as well. So at that point, this is causing issues with my quantity of computers I can make, but only slightly. It's not as bad as it might be. It's the machinery. All the machinery over here does seem to still be able to tick over, and so that means I am in fact making the not the adaptive control units, the next tier up, the ones that are going in here, the red computers. There's quite a few of those. The assembly director systems. Those are being made at a decent. That's not too bad actually. 103 of them. I'm fairly pleased with that. So those are now churning out a bit quicker, probably almost twice as quickly as they were before. They're limited by the rate I'm making one of the precursors to the things that go in down here at though, and that's because I don't have enough because I'm worried about the copper supply coming in over here. So I think there's not a huge amount I can do to speed that up. So, however, we have worked out that finishing off all of these, with them being made at the rate they should be being made up here, is going to take somewhere in the region of 30 hours, and that's rather a long time. So that's a bit of a problem. Unfortunately, speeding this up is just going to require a massive expansion of this factory area, which I don't really want to do. So, one thing possibly worth considering is continuing doing the MAM researches and trying to get that extra rubber recipe, because it's just finished one. Let's see if have I got a MAM around here? I don't know. Let's just build one and find out what we've got. So yeah, having that that recipe would be extremely useful. Can we just put this here, please? Thank you. So let's find out. Let's find out if we've got lucky. Oh, it's on the wrong side. Heat fuse frames, uranium fuel units. That's an interesting idea. Makes them a lot more awkward and expensive and difficult to make. And it's a recipe that has the things being taken away. And coke steel. Yeah, okay, we don't want any of those. So no, it still hasn't got me the recipe I want. So the rubber is kind of on hold until the MAM gets me the recipe I want. Other things that could be considered, there's the nuclear waste is piling up over there in my nuclear power plant area. It would be quite nice to do something with that. However, I had a look at the recipes, and you need a lot of stuff to process the used uranium. So you need silica, which is mildly, is not too bad. I could bring quartz in and crush it probably. You need nitric acid, so I need to bring in nitrogen and water and iron. It's not too bad. Sulfuric acid I've already got to an extent over there. So this is a thing that could be done, and it would allow me to then turn it into non-fissile uranium, which I could then turn into plutonium pellets, and somewhere down through the chain down here, I think it's the encased plutonium fuel cells, or maybe the plutonium fuel rods. One of these things can be dumped in the awesome sink to destroy all of the nuclear waste I've got. Or alternatively, I can make the plutonium fuel rods and put them into the nuclear power plant, and presumably they are slightly better than the uranium fuel rods. I mean, you'd hope they would be, but it doesn't really tell me around here, so I don't actually know. But you'd hope they would be, given that you've gone through all these extra steps to make them. Yeah, I suppose more slugs would be a way to speed this whole thing up, but it's still the rate that the copper is being brought in at that is a bit of a concern at this point. And there's so many machines down there making. I mean, have you seen how many machines I've got making cable in order to make the what's name unit? There aren't any productivity modules in this game. So down here we've got these 3 plus those 3. So we've got 6 machines across here that are making the I can't even remember what they're called. The intermediates that go into the assembly control units, the automated wirings. So I've got 6 machines making those. But in order to make all of the stuff that goes into them, I've got 10 machines making cables, 20 machines making wire, and an unknown number of machines, because I haven't gone in and counted, making the rotors, stators. Sorry. So going in and speed moduling all of this. In order to get the speed up in general for that is a bit seems unreasonable, and there is so much copper being sunk into making these at the moment. You can see the belts down here; they're going pretty quickly. These are 2 Mark V belts that are going almost constantly in order to keep this, in order to produce all of that wire, to produce all of the cables, to produce all of the automated wirings. So again, it's an enormous copper sink. As well as being an enormous number of machines, and so increasing the speed of this seems a little bit unreasonable. Now, I mean, I could build another copy of essentially all of this out this way to make more cables, and then have another set of these machines and another set of the things that are making the stators over there. Yes, I mean, I certainly could, and then I would have more of the automated wirings flowing up here, and these machines could run slightly more efficiently, sort of slightly more constantly, as it is. They are spending some of their time waiting for the automated wirings to come in, and that would then speed up the machines up topside as well. So we'd be able to make that a bit faster. But I don't know if we can. I don't know if it's realistic to have that sort of level of copper flow through this part of the factory. I'm a little concerned that my copper production system might not be able to keep up with this. We might be going to see copper shortages at some point in the not too distant future. Now, at the moment, it's still absolutely fine. The trains are coming in nice and regularly, dropping off a big box of copper there, so it's going to start pouring out again soon. And we've still got the buffer in there. There's still probably a little bit of buffer left in the station, so it is okay. But I don't know how long it's going to be okay for. So it is a bit much. Yes, indeed, exactly. So that, but it is running. And as you saw, we've made 100 in the last couple of hours, and that's significantly better than it was before. So, improvements have been made. Certainly, I'm reasonably pleased with the way things are going over here. But it's just, yeah, it's up to 107, and I need 3,000 and something. So. Yeah, it's a bit much. So there's that. That could do with an expansion. The other things are doing quite a lot better. So the magnetic containment canisters, that's the second ones in the top right objectives. Those are going really well. I only need another 500 of those, and those are being produced over there, and they're being produced decently quickly. So that's going to finish. I'm not worried about that one. The turbo motors, or the rocket jets, whatever they're called, that I've got 528 of. That's more than 50% of the way there. That's ticking over quite nicely. Pretty happy with that. And the nuclear pasta, it's running pretty well. We've got again, copper is perhaps a potential issue over there, but we're making a decent amount of it, and it is flowing in there. And you can see from here, you can see the blue glow on the particle accelerator over there that shows that it is actually running right now. So as of this moment, it is working. So yeah, there's a couple of things that would be quite nice to do as sort of kind of in a kind of completionist way, but I sort of don't want to. Oh, did I pick up the? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Let's go and pick up the. Let's go and pick up those assembly control units, assembly director units, whatever they're called. And then head back over. And you can't even pocket craft stuff in quite the way you can in Factorio to speed things up a little bit, because the pocket crafting is rather different. And much more manual. You'd have to do every stage separately and manually, which, to be fair, is a bit more realistic in inverted commas. The Factorio pocket crafting is a little bit OP, but then I think that's fair enough because the amount of stuff you end up building means that it's slightly less OP because the amount of an advantage you get from pocket crafting stuff is fairly insignificant, and therefore it doesn't actually matter that it's a little bit overpowered, and it just means it's easier when you do need to make something a bit more complicated. I'm not aware of Satisfactory having a UPS equivalent metric. I have noticed that the autosaves have started taking significantly longer than they did before, so there is that. I've not noticed any slowdown, but then I feel like there's probably going to be more. The computer is probably going to struggle more from trying to draw everything than it is trying to compute everything, because there are far fewer machines compared to a Factorio game. I only made 38 of those. Maybe this isn't doing quite as well as I thought it was. So yeah, I think you're probably going to run into graphical problems before you run into processor-related UPS equivalent problems, because I just don't think your factory is going to get that big. Someone who's knows more about this game than I do may disagree with me on that, and that is fine. They are probably going to be right. But yeah, I've not noticed any sort of performance type issues. In fact, the game seems to be running pretty smoothly still, despite me having the scale of factory that I do. So yeah, it seems to be pretty good. Just made it. Right, let's go and get some of those magnetic container things. And then I think, well, I think there's probably only going to be about another 100, maybe 150 of those. I don't think I'm going to have enough to finish off that first part of the phase 4 objective. But I'm interested to see how many I'll get out of it. So I'm getting close. Oh no, that's 100. 100. Oh, no, sort please. 100, 210, 212. Okay. So it's not quite halfway for the remaining ones, but it's pretty close. So I think I'm gonna finish those fairly soon. Then I think I do kind of want to do the uranium waste processing actually. So I think that can be my project for next week, along with trying to see if I can convince the MAM to give me a better rubber recipe. And then and seeing how things are going after that, then I'll decide how much AFKing I want to do. Yeah, I guess Factorio doesn't really struggle with UPS when you play it normally. It's only when you start playing space exploration or do mega bases that you start to have problems. So that seems fair. That it's just when the factory gets too big, it starts to struggle. Fair enough. But I haven't seen a sort of a display that tells you how your FPS versus your UPS are going in Satisfactory. It may be there. I just haven't noticed it. I'm not sure. Oh, thanks for the resub, by the way, Astrid. I didn't notice it an hour ago. But yeah, very much appreciated. 16 months, nice. That's a good long sub period. I very much approve. Thank you. Right. So yes, I think I'm going to call it a night here. I feel like I've made some progress because now we're starting to make these things a little bit more quickly, and that's going better. It's now only going to be 30 hours instead of 60 hours, which sounds a lot better. We'll keep an eye on the MAM, see if we can get out that research for the better. Oh, here we go. We've got another one. Alternate crystal beacon. They're going to remove the crystal beacons. So what? Bottle sampling. Yeah, there's still nothing in there that I actually want. Or rather, not the thing that I actually want. So we'll try again. Give that another shot. I wonder if I could put a speed beacon into the MAM so it does this research a little bit, does the scan a little bit more quickly. Probably not. Anyway, yes. So I think next time I'm going to try and do the uranium waste processing. Maybe feed some of that back into the power plant and see if we can get more power out of them. I don't know what that'll do, but it'll be interesting to find out. And maybe just dump it straight into an awesome sink in order to destroy it and get it out. Because those warehouses must be starting to fill up a bit. But let's go over and have a look. See how full the warehouses are getting at this point. And then from there, well, I might then consider trying to make some of the things a little bit more quickly, some of the computer bits a little bit more quickly, because it would be nice to sort of try and complete the game in a slightly less I don't know, doing things AFK in these sort of games just doesn't really sit very well with me. If you've got time to AFK, you've got time to build an expansion for that part of the factory. Essentially, is how I feel. But also, I feel like it's giving me a rather over-the-top demands, so I'm rebelling a little bit. So there we go, we'll see. Okay, we've got quite a lot of space here, so it's been fed up all the way up into the top one. We've got it's been going into the bottom one here. Can we have a look in this box, please? I'm running out of space, so we've got the top two, the big pair of storage boxes are both completely full. The bottom one is filling up and is actually also nearly full. So I think it's time to put in a bit more. Can we not fall out of the sky, please? I said, can we not? Which part of can we not fall out of the sky, please? Do you not understand? Right, let's fly over here. Oh, I've got the wrong jetpack on. That's why I'm falling out of the sky. Idiot. Right, let's try that again. So, over here, trying to stay a little bit out of the radiation. He says, being right in the middle of all the radiation. No, not the power line. Storage container, yes. Storage container, yes. Elevator goes from there to, no, there, and from there to there. Lovely. Right, let's get away from all this radiation before I die. This whole area is just so radioactive, it's ridiculous. To the extent that I'm not quite sure what the best way to get away from it is. I think first going into this is going to help. It's going to make it worse temporarily, but better in the long run. But yeah, all of this nuclear waste around here means this area is, and actually all the uranium as well, means this whole area is unpleasant to be in. Come on, get to somewhere a little bit safer. Why is there so much radiation even all the way over here? Right, okay, I seem to have found somewhere a little bit safer. Can we get up on here? Yes. Right, yeah. So next time, I think I shall be working on the uranium nuclear waste, turning that into plutonium fuel cells, feeding them background, see if we can get those to make some more power from those, or maybe just sink them and throw them away and see what happens there. So that should be quite nice. Hopefully the rubber will get up and working, and we'll make some more good progress towards completing the phase 4 objective. I will be back on Wednesday with Jen for her first attempt at her first factory, which will be interesting, and we'll see how that goes. But she's a complete noob to Factorio, not really a gamer, so it'll be interesting. It'll be able to see it through a beginner's eyes, and I think that could be interesting, could be quite good fun. I'm going to be producing some videos from the retrospective stream last week at some point. Those will be coming out on the channel as normal. There's going to be a GTA supporter stream on Friday as well. So if you're a supporter, make sure you and you fancy joining in, playing some GTA Manhunt with us, come along for that. Or if you just want to watch, then it'll be streamed as normal. And there'll be some videos coming out from that as well at some point in the distant future. I am sure, I'm going to try and keep some more videos coming out in general, and because I'm not quite sure exactly what those are going to be, but I'll try and make sure that there's still always content happening on the channel. So make sure don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please subscribe to Twitch as well if you're feeling generous. Thank you very much, Frugal. Just like that, in fact. Yes, I'm glad I reminded you at just the right time. Thank you very much. Much appreciated for the sub, and hope to see you on Wednesday and then Friday, and of course next week, where I shall be back on Monday for more Satisfactory. I should be continuing with Satisfactory on Mondays from now on, at least until I finish the game, or finish with the game. And then my vague plan is to then finish off the XCOM 2 run I was doing probably about a year ago now at this point, whilst the newbie Factorio run runs in parallel to that. So. Yes, I think I've just about run out of words now, so it's probably a good time to stop streaming. Thank you very much, everyone who's been watching, and everyone who's subscribed, and everyone who's been joining in and helping and talking and all that sort of stuff. Very much appreciated. You're quite right, Foxo. The tracker at the top does look a bit ridiculous. I probably could turn some of it off. I've sort of got used to it, and by sort of got used to it, I mean I've basically stopped using it. All right, let's have a look at the map. How do I turn things off? It's trains and stations that are showing up in. Oh, here we go. I could turn off show stamps on the map, but that doesn't seem to have made any difference. What I would like is to only show trains that are having problems. Got a lot of crates as well. No, it hasn't changed. No, I think if you can turn them off, I don't see how. Let's turn that back on again. Okay. Oh, stamps are these things I put in myself manually. I remember. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be an obvious way to turn them off. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I shall see you next time. Goodbye and good night.